Hey everyone, how are y'all? All right, y'all don't forget to hit the thumbs up on your way in and make sure that your chat is on live chat so y'all can see all of the comments. Kelly P, how are you? Hey P Fox, how are you? Tonka, how are you? All right, email is pinned to the top of the chat if anyone needs it. Teresa, how are you tonight? Hey Cool Gamer, how are you? Princess Megan, how are you tonight? Aw, Gigi, I'm so sorry. I hope your daughter gets to feeling better soon. Polka Dots, I'm doing good. Um, I'm dead tired, but other than that, I'm good. Hey, Betty Joe, how are you? Um, Princess Megan, no, I didn't get no sleep last night, and then had to get up at like 7:30 this morning. Hey, KK, how are you? Kelly, you doing all right tonight? Hey, Thistle, how are you? Avery, how are you? And Avery, I saw you had sent me another message on Discord. I'm sorry, I just hadn't had time to get back to you, but I will respond to you later on tonight. Hey, Wilby, how are you? Oh, Princess Megan, yes, so early. Interesting that I have your tab on mute, and when I end my live a minute ago, I can hear you on your live in my StreamYard. Oh, that is weird, Vapor. Hmm. Hey, sweet Melissa, how are you? Libra Moon, how are you? And Libra Moon, I saw your response just a few minutes ago, and you are very welcome. Casey, how are you tonight? Carol, how are you? Yes, y'all listen to what Princess Megan is saying and smash the like button on your way in. Vapor, if you would uh, post your channel link in the chat. I've seen a few different people that's been asking for it. Hey, Summer, how are you? Teddy Joe. Summer is not going to sleep since 2 days ago, so be nice. I'm always nice to Summer. Hey, Kelly M, how are you? You're tired and delusional. Summer does no wrong in my eyes. I am always nice to her. Summer though, honey, if you ain't slept in 2 days, you really need to get some sleep. Uh, I'll have to look real quick, Vapor. I don't know if she's in our Discord or not, but Lieberman, you are a member, honey, so you can join the Discord. It's for all the members on the channel. Hey, Lady V, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I am dead ass tired.
Yeah, I am too, actually.
Like, I feel good. I'm tired. I went to bed early last night. Woke up at like 1 o'clock because I'm not used to going to bed at like 9:30,
Right.
and didn't go back to sleep till 5 something, and had to get back up at 7:30. And I've been going since 7:30.
Oh my goodness.
I'm exhausted.
I bet you are.
Oh yes, and I have like the gummy bears and the Red
Those are
Bull.
good gummy bears.
Yes, they are the best. Troll actually went back out to the store after we got home tonight and got them for me because I was sitting in my chair going to sleep. That's how
Oh
tired I
no.
was.
Oh no, that's not good. Are you ready for Christmas?
No,
No.
no.
We had ours last weekend, so
How did it go?
it went good. It went really good.
I'm like one of these last minute shoppers.
Yeah, I kind of like buy in stages. So like I buy what I need for this Christmas and then I send the money to my kids or buy them presents in Virginia and have them sent. And then, you know, then my other granddaughters and stuff, because they don't come over when we have Christmas. And so I kind
Yeah.
of buy in stages.
Yeah, I swear every year that I'm going to be like this type of person that starts in January buying Christmas and then just kind of saving it until Christmas, and it never works.
Oh, I couldn't do that. I'd be giving them out. I couldn't wait that long to give them a present.
Yeah, I've tried it and it don't
Yeah.
work.
My mom
I'm
used to.
very literally like 2 days before Christmas type shopper.
Oh my goodness. I'm not that bad.
I am really bad. Okay, let me get Will B up here. Will B, how are
It
you?
took that long for the YouTube channel to load, and I'm sitting there and I could hear y'all were echoing out for me, and it wouldn't load where I could mute. I'm okay, but I did a lot of moving stuff today, and I don't know about an hour ago my back just went somewhere I didn't have hadn't been in a long time.
Oh, you sound like me then today.
I mean, it
My whole body
told y'all I
hurts
don't
right
get it
now.
about once a year. This might be the one.
My whole body hurts. Troll does he has like a side job thing where he owns some equipment that he
Yeah,
contracts out to do uh, pick pecans for some orchards.
yeah.
And I had the bright idea that I was going to go help today because one of his workers didn't show up. And
Yeah.
yeah, I think I
Did they
overdone it.
use those shaky things that'll shake the shit out of the trees?
Yeah, the shakers, and then
Oh
you go around with
man.
the
It,
tractors and you pull
yeah,
the yep, and it picks it up. And yeah,
I've seen it. They're neat.
yeah, I could kill the worker who didn't show up to work today.
So y'all, your husband has pecan.
Yeah, he does it as a like a little side job
Yeah.
thing. So, and
At
we
my
have like
grandpa's house, he had in North Carolina. I don't know. He had 3 pecan trees, and I mean, for years and years, they had way more pecans than they needed. They give them away, and those trees finally, I don't know what happened to them. They just quit producing. But
yeah,
North
that's
Carolina's not your pecan state
oh
over there.
god, Louisiana has them,
Yeah,
especially on the river places, and a lot of the farmland and stuff like that has them around the edges
yeah.
of their fields and stuff. And I think I overdone it today because I haven't done it in forever, and I just overdid it. My whole body, I feel like I've been run over by a Mack truck.
Yeah, I feel like I don't even say it. It
But
I don't like talking about it because then you think about it more. It hurts like hell.
yes, I have muscles that are sore right now that I didn't know
Oh,
that I had. It's
but I'll be
not
all right.
fun. It's a job that I hate.
Uh, my
Yeah,
mom used
get
to tell
money
about
though.
hanging. You ever seen anybody hang a barn of tobacco?
Yeah,
How
well,
they do it?
I've seen, yeah, they hang it from the top or
Yeah, well,
whatever.
my
Yeah.
mama was 8 months pregnant with my sister, and her and my grandma hung a thing at a barn in the back in October.
Hmm.
And you basically put one foot on one pole and your other foot about, I'm gonna say 4.5 feet apart. Somebody hands you the stick, which is about 5 feet. You pull it up, you lay it on the poles. Well, she was pregnant 8 months with my sister. My mom said she thought Pam was gonna fall out of
Oh,
her
poor
up there in that
thing.
barn.
Oh my gosh.
But they had to hang the barn. So, and her and my grandma did. That's hard work. Two women, and it's hard work for anybody.
Right. Okay, so real quick, yeah, Libra moon as soon as I got home. Yeah, I was in a hot shower. Real quick though, I do want to say anybody who is a member in here, if you would like to join the Facebook group that I have for members only, send me an email. My email is pinned to the top of the chat, and I will send you the invite link for that. If you want to join us in Discord, go to my community page, and I have a members only post on there that has the link to Discord. If for some reason that link doesn't work for Discord, email me and I will send you the new link because I think like every so many days you have to like do a new link or whatever. So I will tell you though that if you join Discord, beware because
We get ornery.
we get
We talk in gifts a lot too.
yeah, there's a lot of you will leave laughing. I'll just put it that way. Like,
Hey, do you mind if I drop my Discord so
sure.
uh Libra
Go
Moon, I need to get with her. I owe her a set of nails.
Yes, go right ahead and drop it. And Libra Moon,
Thank
if you can't find the link on my for my Discord on my community page, just let me know on Twitter, and I'll send you the link on there. Okay?
You know what? I wish we had a. You know what I think would be really neat for uh YouTube to do?
What's
I
up?
can't. I can't type and I can't type and talk at the same time. I think if you know how like you can pick something somebody said and you can like reply to it in
Hmm.
Discord. I wish I could do that on here. I find myself trying to,
Because you've been in Discord so long and you're so used
yeah,
to yeah, I catch myself trying to do it too. Hey, Arv, how are you? No, what YouTube needs to allow is grifts.
yes.
If we had to give y'all, we
Oh,
wouldn't
we'd have
we,
fun.
we wouldn't get nothing done.
No,
We wouldn't because yeah, we can have a gift war and can get
it's
pretty
fun.
bad. Hey, Too Fast, how are you? Our you are very welcome. Thank you all so much for joining us tonight. So I didn't go live last night, like I said, because I was going to bed early. I can't believe I was asleep by like 9:30. Hey, Scott, I'm never asleep that early.
Man,
Hey,
I just
Kenny.
had a peanut butter cracker, and my mom kind of started talking. I was trying to explain to her I didn't have anything to drink. And I just it kept getting worse. I said, "Do you want a peanut butter cracker?" I said, "You got to tell me because I got to go back in and drink something. Or I'm gonna choke." And by the end, I had nothing to drink. She was just rambling away, and I couldn't even talk.
Oh,
But I'm gonna wait for you to go back out there.
Hey, you guys, I'm dropping my Discord. If anybody wants to join on my Discord, you're more than welcome. Libra Moon, please, I need to talk to you, hun, so we can get those nails.
yeah, I think she just said a second ago she was going to join yours and mine tonight. And I actually need to fix.
I was supposed to do them for her birthday, and then I don't know, something happened, and I hadn't seen her for a while, and I wanted her to know I didn't forget. I got you. The beginning of the year, I'm going to be starting to do some neat things on my channel. So,
Oh, that will be cool.
yeah, I want to do something I don't see done. I don't see like somebody doing nails live for like, you know, another person or anything. So, while they're
Mhm.
on there. So, I think it'd be fun.
Oh, that would be awesome. Okay, I'm just moving my stuff around so I can pull my Discord up.
Oh,
And then that way I can see. And I will say that anybody who does join my Discord, uh, you will come into the welcome channel, and then you'll just have to wait for me to pull you in. I have to uh, approve you. And yes, Lieberman, please don't be depressed, honey. I know the holidays, it's bad for some people, but we all love you here, and we don't want you to be that way.
oh. Devil Doll, we don't do that in our discords.
Yeah, we don't do the drama in here, Devil Doll, and we don't do it in my Discord either.
Yeah, we don't do it in mine either.
Truth Finder says I'm a troll. I still feel so bad that I blocked her the other night. Y'all, if
Oh
Michelle would not have been in here, poor Sally Mae would still be blocked.
no. How is she? What's going on with Sally? Is she sick?
I don't know, Sally Mae, how are you feeling?
I never found out what happened. She said she was leaving the hospital and going to an assisted living thing.
Yeah, I don't know what's up. I hope she is feeling better though.
Yes. I always
Okay.
forget Truth Finder is Sally.
Yeah, that's what I did the other night. She was like, "Did you
Oh.
take my wrench?" I was like, "You ain't never had a wrench in here." And then she said, "Well, that Sally Mae woman does, and she's mean." And I was like, "I ain't doing this tonight," and blocked her. And Michelle was like, "I thought Truth Finder was Sally Mae." Hey,
That's
Tina Marie, how are you? Okay, what to do is short.
that's funny.
Yep. It's been so long since she was in here under Truth Finder that I just completely
Yeah,
forgot.
I forget.
Ashes, how are you? Might have a up in my chat on live chat.
Oh, I got to do that too.
Yeah, I hate having to keep an eye on that. It's ridiculous. Ashes feels crabby. Ashes, I'm so sorry, honey. I hope you feel better.
This time of year is hard for a lot of people.
Yep.
I'm almost finished with Operation Peanut Butter Crackers. I'll be right back.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, I will be so glad when the holidays are over with, honestly. I'm glad you guys are chill, drama free, because I keep someone to lives and everyone's fighting on it with the books. Yeah, Casey, I just don't have, I don't have the time or the energy for it, honestly. It's just, I don't understand why there's so much in the true crime community, why there's so much drama when, like, there's cases,
That could be talked about.
right?
It's
And
more of the trauma that's having issues, the trauma community.
yeah,
But I did go in and defend a couple of my friends. Other than that, I don't normally do that either. I don't have the
yeah, it's just,
energy for it. But I was like, you know what? I somebody needs to tell the truth. So I
yeah, it's just too
and I
much. It
got
takes up too
down.
much energy. I just don't have
It
the energy
does.
for it.
It does.
Hell, it's it takes more energy to be in a pissy mood and mad and arguing with people than it does to be happy.
It is, and I wasn't even mad. I was just tired of, my friends getting crapped on, and
Right,
nobody saying anything. So I'm like, no, I'm going to tell you what happened nicely and then get off and go my way.
right. Well,
So
Casey, we are happy that you are joining us over here in the drama-free zone. We're happy to have
you
you.
have found a wonderful channel, Casey. Absolutely wonderful. Is your Discord still in the community page?
Yes, it is. Now, I know sometimes, like I said, after like so many days, you have to regenerate a new link for it.
Yeah, you
So
do.
that's why I was telling him if it doesn't work, just to email
Ah,
me and let me know, and or post a comment under the link, and I'll post a new link for Discord.
I was just thinking, I'm letting all my memberships run out so I can get them back on one card because I got two cards left and I don't know all everywhere. So if mine runs out, how am I going? I'll have to email you, I guess, because you won't be able to
Um,
buy it. Can you still buy it from the page you pull up on the home
What do you
YouTube?
what are
yeah,
you talking
on
Okay,
my home page for my
okay. I
channel. Yeah,
wasn't.
you can
I
just go
didn't
there
know
and
that.
do it. Yeah. Um, Teresa, no, ma'am, she has not emailed me yet.
Yep.
Starla,
answer your
if
email?
that would have happened, I mean, I think that would have been brought up as far as like whenever the toxicology report would have came out. There's there's no proof of anything like that being involved in this case.
Where's the? I'm trying to catch to find it.
Okay, Teresa, that's fine. Just whenever she gets time, if it has to be after the holidays, that'll be completely fine with me. I know, people are busy and all that during the holidays, so just whenever it's good for her, be good for me. Hey, Aaron, how are you?
Hmm.
Okay, so there was a
Oh,
document that was released yesterday in Kohberger stuff. Not a whole lot to it, just basically saying that his motion to get the indictment dismissed was denied. What is it, will be?
I was to hollering it. I was just kind of trying to be quiet, but I'm on mute. Somebody.
Oh, okay. Spirit of the trees, how are you? Okay, let me get this pulled up real quick. And I have an update on another case that I know a lot of y'all have been following, so I need to put that update in front of me so I can let y'all know about that. And I don't forget. Oh, Pokey Dots, I saw that. And it was 3 people that was also arrested. And one of them, I believe it's, I guess his mom. I've seen that there was a lady that was arrested as well. All right, so this did pull up. Okay. Okay, Lady V, can you see that okay?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so this is the public order denying motion to dismiss indictment on grounds of biased grand jury, inadmissible evidence, a lack of sufficient evidence, and prosecutorial misconduct. Like, they got to put the long title on there. Oh, shit. Hold on. Where did my chat go?
Didn't they when they did this? Didn't they go back to some 17 something something date?
Uh,
Uh,
yeah.
I remember them talking about how crazy it was, but they literally bought that and used something. I don't even remember what it was, but the date and
Oh, yeah. It was like way, way back in the
it was
day.
kind of it was a
Yeah.
reach a little bit.
Yeah. So this is whenever they had filed the motions to have it dismissed
Yeah.
and all that, the judge came out in the very beginning and said that he was going to deny it, but he's just now putting it in writing
Yeah.
and filing the document. But it says, on August the 23rd, 2023, Kohberger filed a motion to dismiss indictment on grounds of biased grand jury, inadmissible evidence, a lack of sufficient evidence, and prosecutorial misconduct in withholding exculpatory evidence. On September 14th, 2023, the state filed an objection to the defendant's second motion to dismiss the indictment. On September the 20th of 2023, Kohberger filed a reply to the state's objection. It kind of just went back and forth for what seems like forever on this. So, a hearing on the motion was held on October the 26th of 2023. Kohberger was represented by Ann Taylor, Jay Logson, and Eliza Masseth. The state was represented by William Thompson Jr., Ashley Jennings, Jeff Nye, and Ingrid Beatty. Those hearings were closed to the public and media cameras to protect the secrecy of the grand jury proceedings. The decision will also be sealed. However, the results of that decision are addressed in the public order for the public's benefit. Kohberger has failed to successfully challenge the indictment on grounds of jury bias, lack of sufficient admissible evidence, or prosecutorial misconduct. Kohberger was indicted by an impartial grand jury who had sufficient admissible evidence to find probable cause to believe that Kohberger committed the crimes alleged by the state. Further, the state did not engage in prosecutorial misconduct in presenting their case to the jury. So, he will not be getting his indictment dismissed.
This is kind of boilerplate. They'll do this in a lot of bigger percentage of them. Just, I don't know, just thinking there might be something that wasn't done correctly, and they might get it and start over. You know, they don't stop doing everything, but they'll. I've seen lawyers do this thousands of times, and you think, how do they possibly think they can get it dismissed?
Yeah. The Black Widow channel, how are you? Hey, Jeremy, how are you tonight? Jeremy, I agree. Like, the whole drug thing needs to stop with these kids. There's no evidence, there's no proof. Honestly, y'all, if there would have been that in this situation, the media would have picked up on it.
Yeah.
The media would have been all over that. We
yeah.
haven't heard the media say anything about it.
Nothing. Zero.
So, if the media is not running with it, then, like, I mean, come on.
They used to, that would just be too juicy not to
Yeah.
Right.
all over the place.
Right. Christina, how are you?
The defense would use that. I mean, they would jump all over that, trying to create.
Oh yeah.
Doubt, you know, that was going on. Who knows?
Exactly. And
They could have put a hit on somebody because someone, and they've all said that too about throwing away stuff and flushing drugs and.
Oh yeah, there's
nonsense.
nothing. Yeah,
total nonsense. I'm really not even sure that those kids did recreational. That what most of the kids do there. I'm not sure they even dropped below that and just didn't do it at all.
No,
you know?
I mean
We have no evidence that, like I say, they did an occasional.
Well,
Things like all of them do.
I know in the videos we saw, I didn't see. You know, I mean, if they would have had a bong or something like that sitting around, we would have seen it, at least in some of those impromptu videos they made.
Because, like I said, they're not as many pictures and videos that was taken at those parties and when they were with friends and all that. There's too many cameras around. They're not just going to be hiding it and being like, "Oh shit, there's a camera. Let me hide my stuff." Come on.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
retarded.
They would have.
If they're high, they're gonna kind of
And I think a lot of that too. They had like gatherings, parties. That would everybody say, "Hey, after y'all leave the club, come up here." I think
Christina,
you're very people go. Well, anytime you get 150 kids there for a late night party, one of them has probably called of all the other people. So they call the other, "Hey, I want to join or something."
Yeah,
we're selling the big drugs. I mean, some of the people there, I'm saying, I don't have no evidence for it, but I mean, that's all that may have went on there.
And who knows? They may have used recreationally, but not in.
It doesn't. It doesn't move my opinion of one way or the other.
Yeah, and I'm with
not nothing. So
right, and I'm with Allison. Even if that was the case, they didn't deserve what happened.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
But if there would have been anything like that, y'all, I'm telling y'all, the media would
come on the house.
Don't think that the media is not watching these YouTube channels and what's going on and what's being said on these channels. If they would have suspected anything like that, they would have then ran with that narrative too, and they haven't ran with it. So I'm over that bullshit being just on and on and on and on. Like it's ridiculous.
Yeah, think about it if that was your daughter or son, and you're going through hell and high water anyway, and then you got people just don't know you, ain't never seen your son, ain't never spoke to him or her daughter, and they know so much that they know this and that, and I'd want to just go up and knock her damn teeth out of her mouth.
Yeah, it's
If I had a
ridiculous.
child, they were doing something like that. I mean, that ain't right.
Mr. Rosebud, how are you?
I love that name.
Mr. Rosebud.
Yeah.
Sounds like a name of a movie. So
It's from a movie.
yeah, I was thinking that.
Oh Lord, he's gonna have to tell me because I
What's the
never.
guy?
I
Citizen
have
Kane.
Yep.
I
It
have no
was the
idea.
name of
Citizen
the
Kane was
slave.
supposed to be one of the best movies ever made.
It was, and
It's
that
been
was
ranked
the
number
name.
one on a lot of lists forever and ever. I've watched it. It's okay, but it ain't all that. But
Rosebud was the name of his sled.
yeah, I remember that now.
I think
Funny.
it's cool. So every time I see that, I think of that.
I, until you, I mean, once you said that, I could see the sled in my head. But until then,
Yep.
I hadn't gone back in my memory. Because I watched it one night when I read number one. Hey, it's that good, and it was made what 1950s, 60s, something, a long time ago.
Lady V, Libra Moon needs you to
Okay.
drop your Discord again for her.
Okay.
So I had to watch it. Pretty good. But
People,
Yeah,
and Casey, that is true too.
back in the day, it was really good.
it was a good movie, but when I heard it was number one, I thought they made back then, and all these critics say it's number one. I said I got to watch this, check it out, and it turned out to be totally different than what I thought it would be. Kinda.
I have no idea what movie you are talking about.
Citizen Kane.
It's a very old movie.
I said 50s or 60s when you say it was made.
Oh hell, I wouldn't even thought of during that time.
I think you're right, somewhere around there. I bet Mr. Rosebud could tell us.
It was. I remember it was black and white.
Yeah, it was a
I'm
good
pretty certain, and my memory serves me correct.
Libra Moon, did you just drop into my Discord?
Okay, there you go, honey.
Somebody just dropped in, but I don't know who it is because they don't have the same
They might be
name
sneaking in the
as what
back
they do
door.
on YouTube. I'm gonna press my TV if it doesn't start turning off. Betty Joe? It may not be turning off on its own.
Oh, they're typing.
Yeah, I see them now. Hopefully they'll let me know who they are. Okay, so we know now that the judge has did the paperwork saying that Kohberger's indictment is going to stand. It's not going to be dismissed.
Oh,
Oh, okay. Hold on just a second. Let me get you into. Give me 1 second. Okay. Um. Hey Tracy, how are you? Richie, how are you feeling tonight? Taco Tuesday, but no tacos. Richie, I'm sorry. I was just too tired to make everybody tacos. Hey Big Al, how are you?
hey, Big Al.
If I had the energy, I would have made everybody tacos and shared them. But okay, do this real quick so they know where we're at. Betty J, you never know. Could be. Tracy, are you? How are you doing tonight? All right, so I did see today that Adam Montgomery, Harmony Montgomery's dad,
Yes.
his jury selection is set to begin February the 6th of 2024.
Is set for when?
February the 6th
February.
of 2024.
I don't have my book. My hubby's sick, so I'm laying in bed with him talking.
Aw,
He's okay.
I hope he feels better soon.
Yeah, me too. He doesn't get sick very often.
It's probably this mess that's going around that everybody's getting.
No, the doctor, he's like borderline, right above, uh, in his cholesterol and stuff. So they started him on some diabetes medicine, and I think it's messing with him.
Oh, okay. Cat's Meow, I just approved you and then tagged you in the channel that we're always in, so you know where we always hang out at.
Lady
Okay.
B, I've got a shot of one of those meals today I had,
Uh huh.
and I got busy, and I've got it in my phone, and I'm gonna try to get it sent to you, and uh, I'll send you some more things. They came today. It was a different day. It was I don't know why they did that,
Oh,
but
thank you.
and I was getting ready to bake this big thing, chicken bake,
Uh huh.
and then my buddy said, "Hey, the meal's right there," and I went straight out there and opened them up, and they were good. The one I had was.
Well, yeah,
It
I'm
was
thinking right now it'd be easier to like get a diabetic meals,
the one I had
stuff
today
for
was
them.
and I also take a screenshot of the package, which gives you the calories. I think it was 520 calories.
Oh, well, that's
It
good.
had long green beans. It had a piece of chicken with I can't remember how it's flavored. Again, I'm gonna go in there in a minute, take a screenshot, and send it to you.
Oh, thank you.
I can do it right here. I can mute and do it right here at my desk.
I appreciate that. I just,
Um, Cat's Meow, you're very welcome. Avery, I would think with, I mean, the public interest in Adam's case and in Harmony's case, I would think that it's going to be live streamed. I haven't heard for sure yes or no, but they did put it out today that his jury selection does start in February. Hey, Christopher Hall, how are you? And thank you for joining us. So, I mean, like, people has followed that case since the very beginning. So I would think that that one would be. I did see where what's his name, Bryce Rhodes,
yeah, I haven't been able to watch that like I wanted to.
but they're already in the sentencing part of this case. What I've
I
seen,
know, it's crazy.
like
Well, and
super quick.
and it's like the Vander Ark. I mean, they are already they're
Oh
done.
yeah, she's
I
been
think it was
found
only,
guilty.
yeah, I think it was like what, 3 days or something. It was not very long at all.
Yeah, I was thinking that it would be a lot longer than that
Yeah,
because I hadn't heard of it until Avery was telling us about it that night. And I think that was like day one
yeah,
of the trial, and the next thing I know, they've done reached a verdict and she's found guilty. No,
yeah.
I wonder what they're going to do with the son, though.
Oh, I think he's just as guilty. But did you know? Did you watch any of that trial?
No, I
His
didn't.
during the trial, though, he kept like glancing over to his mom,
Hmm.
and I, I don't know. I got the feeling that even then he kind of felt like dominated by her somewhat. So I don't know. Maybe they'll try to use that defense. That he had no choice.
Right. I didn't watch it. I heard about her having a panic attack and then she I think threw up on the stand or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Uh, yeah,
yeah,
I'm glad she was found guilty.
yeah.
Honestly,
Me too. She is that man. That was cruel, man.
yeah, she gets everything that she deserves. Now, I did see somebody say something about the son that also did all this to his little brother. Uh, is he the one that has mental health problems, or is it the little boy that who passed
I
away?
think
It
Avery
was
said
a
that he
little.
had been like trained, and she felt like there was something kind of off with him, but she wasn't sure what.
The
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, he might have something, but yeah, I don't know.
Okay, so Devil Doll, if you want to come up, just make sure that your YouTube is muted, or once you come up, you can probably just close your YouTube out altogether and just leave your StreamYard up. Well, Big Al's over here shooting gummy bears out of his nose.
Good Lord.
So, wait, let me get my little book
That
back
sounds
out.
like a story Avery would have happened to her.
Oh,
Yeah, it
Lord.
does.
I don't know what, and I'm not going to go into details with Avery's business, but I will just say this, y'all. All the prayers that everybody put up for Jaden worked.
Yeah,
I will say that.
made yesterday just one
Yes.
good day.
Wonderful news. Wonderful news.
Because, like, I don't know what happened when she went back to Lowe's and all that the other day, but the
I haven't
news that
heard.
I seen yesterday was just awesome news.
They supposedly they sent a contractor. She did what I said. Go to the manager, and she told them what they told her how to do it. And this floor's not supposed to be done that way. I know that now, but this guy told me that, and she said they were sending the contractor out.
Good, they should.
Yeah, they ought to do it free because they're going to take half a day to clean up the mess up that should have never happened had they not told her the wrong thing. And that'll just get her
Right.
back to where they can start over and do it like it was supposed to be done from the beginning.
Right.
Yeah, they ought to cover this. She can cover the floor and they cover all the labor.
They should do that and take care of it for her.
That's all I want out of the deal.
Okay, so I'm going through my book real quick, and if they stay on track with all these different trials that they have coming up, February we'll have Adam Montgomery's. Then let's see, March we will have from the 4th to the 15th. We'll have Major John Kaler's, which is the other guy up in Idaho that has
Yeah, that
the
one.
the same charges that Bryan Kohberger had, 4 first degrees and 1 burglary, but now they've worked out a plea deal, and he was to plead guilty to 4 second degree charges. Hey Babs, how are you? And they're going to take the burglary charge away. They're going to dismiss that one. So his trial will start March the 4th. It's supposed to end on the 15th or by the 15th. Then on the 18th, Tracy Ferrier,
That one's a hard one to say.
yes, but is the mom and the boy in the box. Like they went to trial with the dad, and he was found guilty and all this and that. But the mom's trial is supposed to start on March the 18th. So that'll be 2 different trials as of right now in the month of March next year. April the 1st, Chad Daybells is supposed to start. Hopefully, the mom for the boy in the box. And I hate calling him that, y'all.
But
that's what everybody knows it as. The case or whatever.
right.
And so I hate calling it that, but
Yeah,
that's what
already been dubbed that.
Right. And I think they just like law and crime and all that. They give these cases names so it's easy for everybody to keep up with. They should have called Chad's, as Sally Mae calls them, Cabbage Patch. But Chad's will start April the 1st. Don't know how long exactly his will go. I think wasn't Lori's like 6 weeks or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. If he has the same lawyer.
He has oh damn, what is the lawyer's name? He has his isn't a public defender. His is a private attorney. Oh, I'll look it up in a minute. His attorney's name. Let's see.
I
Who
was
else?
thinking he was. Same judge, right?
Yes, Judge
Okay,
Boyce.
that's what it. Okay, that's what.
Yep, yep. It'll be Judge Boyce. Judge Boyce is going to do Chad's trial the same way that Judge has said he's going to do Brian Kohberger's. That they're going to use the court cameras and all this and that instead of the media cameras. And they're going to do it through the YouTube channel for the judge. And which Chad wanted cameras in the courtroom anyway. So the judge is going to allow that. We don't, as of right now, I don't see anything for June, July, August, or September. I don't see anything for October unless I just haven't. But there's still some trials that's coming up. Hopefully, Kohberger's will be scribbled in here somewhere so we can get that done and over with. I thought there was one in 2025 that I wrote down. Oh, Megan Boswell. Hers is supposed to be in February 2025. But I haven't seen a date yet. So I just kind of got it wrote to the side. Okay, so that's everything as of right now. Hopefully, we will have Leilani.
Oh, I want to
Her
see that one.
her trial. Sarah Boone's. Who else? There should be some more coming up. Okay, Libra Moon, let me get you in there real quick. All right. Hold on just a second, y'all. Let me. Okay, that way everybody can. We'll know where we're at. Dylan Rounds. When does
Oh my goodness, that one.
what is
That was
his name?
heartbreaking.
Brenner. I haven't seen a trial date for Brenner though. Still can't get over the judge's name, Judge. Casey, it's like hard to say.
I like it.
Judge. Some people just call him JJ. It's easier. All right, so y'all know Jeremy Best, right?
Oh God, that guy.
The other crazy cases. I honestly, y'all, no offense to anybody who's in here from Idaho. Like, there's some good people from Idaho, but there's some crazy shit going on in Idaho right now with all these different cases.
Yeah, it's kind of gone nuts, hasn't it?
Like, yeah, like really bad nutty going
Yeah,
on
what's
up
up
there.
with that old president of the university? Looks pretty close to Brian Kohberger.
Oh yeah, I showed that picture the other night in
Yeah, I
here.
mean that.
That's
I was thinking, hey,
yeah,
that's a
that's
coincidence, and I thought, well, maybe it's not. I don't know. They sure do look alike.
Crafts and Crime. How are you? I will look up Dylan's. The prelim is in February, I think. Hold on. Okay, thank you, Crafts and Crime.
You know that Richard Bailey Jr. guy?
Richard Bailey. No.
He's
Who
a
is?
serial killer. Oh, serial, whatter. I'm
What?
sorry.
No, you're good. What state?
He's oh God, where's he from? Mm. Oh shoot, I can't remember. But what he did was he would tell people that he would lure the victims by saying that there was like buried gold someplace, and all
Oh,
of them were like people that had just inherited some money, or one of them had just won a couple $1,000s at a casino, and they go out
yes.
there to find this gold, and he would unalive them and then take your vehicle, drive it around for a bit, and it sounds like and then trash it, and they were paying one guy to light this truck on fire from, I think that was the second and the third victims, I believe, were father and son.
Hmm.
And the guy did not torch it. But the wife, it sounds like the wife is going to be charged with things too, including arson. Um, so she might be in on it with him.
Isn't that in Washington?
I think it is. Yes,
Yeah.
Washington State.
Okay, I remember hearing about that. How he would use the gold to lure them.
Yeah.
Okay. Crafts and Crime, thank you so much for those dates. So, prelim hearing in the Dylan Rounds case is May 15th, 16th, and possibly 17th. Okay, so I got that wrote down. Okay, yeah, HT said Washington State. Yeah, I heard about that, but I didn't. That was just one of those that I seen in passing as I was scrolling.
Yeah, it sounds like it's going to be interesting.
I'll have to hold on. What is it? What is it called again?
Richard, hold on just a minute. Let me
Okay.
pull it back up. Richard Bradley Jr.
Richard Bradley SK out of Washington.
So allegedly, he has now a serial.
Has he been arrested yet?
Yeah, he's in jail now
Okay. Okay.
because they put him in jail for the first one that he unalived, and then they found three more.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll have to look into that one. Oh, what's up with these SKs? But
Yeah,
what
I
did
think
he?
sometimes they just, it just kind of everything comes around and goes around all over again.
Right. I mean, they come up with just like ways that you wouldn't think to lure people in. I mean, look at the dude with the dating sites.
They
Yeah.
evolved from the first victims as I mean, they kind of, uh, they get their modus operandi or whatever you call it. They get it down pat to where they.
Well, the dating site is a little bit more understandable, but digging for gold,
Yeah, that one's
Yeah,
little.
you
that
That's
playing
one's
a
on
a
little
people's
crazy.
little.
greed. They think they're going to turn 2,000 into 20,000.
Yeah, supposedly
Yeah.
it was stolen by people and they buried it somewhere, and
People
he
get
has
hooked
to
up with about
sell.
that one emotion every day. They're greedy. They think somebody's going to make them a 30% return on their money. Well, guess what? That don't happen very much.
No,
Yeah.
it's.
There are some that get it occasionally, but it ain't a standard that you can live up to. If you're who you are.
Wait, I got Alexi Trevizio, August 2024 trial,
August.
but I don't have a date for that one either.
What?
It's on one of my post-it notes up here.
I wonder why they're so far behind. I
But
could.
like the Major John Kaler one, up in Idaho that
Yeah,
caught the same four charges as Bryan, like his is going super fast.
Yeah.
yeah. Some
But
of
I
them do, and then some of them are like put off forever. Like I can't ever say her.
Trevizio,
Trevizio. I mean, that's a pretty open and shut case. You wouldn't
I don't know about
think
all
it
that
takes so
now.
long. Well,
yeah, I
Her
mean
lawyer's gonna
it's.
get her and holler they gave her opioids. So couldn't think. She's out of her mind. She wasn't in fit to make any
I,
decisions. She wasn't
I
aware of
don't.
what was going
well,
on.
I don't
Now I'm
think
not
no
saying
jury's
she
gonna
was
buy it.
that, but they're
yeah,
gonna
they're
say
not
that.
gonna.
Yeah.
No,
That's what
she
I'm saying.
didn't look like she was when they
No,
were
not to me
talking.
either. But just wait and see what they do.
Yeah. Well, they will, but I'm just like, when they
No.
were talking to her,
Yeah.
she wasn't
And her
all.
mama tried to play dumb, and I don't think she for one damn minute she
Oh, she
didn't know
wasn't
what was going
playing.
on.
Yeah, you could
She was trying.
obviously
Oh my
tell
God, what happened?
that playing dumb.
That's
You could
about
tell that was
stupid.
fake.
Yeah, she knew. She knew it or
I mean,
suspected
she
it.
had a million other ways that girl could handle that. I'm not. I don't want to judge that young.
Yeah.
She screwed up, but I am kind of judging her. A million other ways she could handle that, and she handled it about in the most uh, evil, monstrous, diabolical way possible. From the time she
Yep.
walked out of that room, that bathroom, And what she did, that's awful.
Yep.
John Pryor is Chad Daybell's attorney.
John Bryan.
And I hope
Yeah.
that don't sound too judgmental. That's just the way I feel.
Yeah, I don't think a jury is going to buy that she didn't know what she was doing.
No, I don't either. I don't think
I-
they're gonna buy that mom didn't know something was going
Nope,
on.
I don't think that either. I
Look.
mean, there's pictures of her at ball
Smiling at the
games.
damn prom.
Yes, but there's also pictures of her in a cheerleading uniform,
You know, the
big and
basketball in her
pregnant,
belly.
and after cheering. You can't tell me she didn't know that she was pregnant. Okay. I will say that this is going to be a trigger warning. Let me put trigger in here whenever I get to Jeremy Best because, you know, baby Zeke, he was 10 months old and he was found deceased, and they didn't release his cause of death yet. Um, well, Jeremy Best, his indictment has now been released and what he's been indicted on.
Yeah, where is it?
Hold on, let me pull it up here real quick. I would you say this? There's a special place in hell for this guy. I
Yeah.
hope he gets tormented every single day for the remainder of his life.
And he
And when
might
he-
ask for ice water, but they better not give him none.
No, and I hope that when he takes his last breath and he enters hell, that the devil shoves a pitchfork so far up his ass that it comes out the top of his head.
Yeah.
For
Yep.
what he did to that baby.
Anything as bad as it can possibly be, it won't be bad enough.
Yes, because this man, and I'm not saying that there ain't some mental health issues, and they still have not done the psych eval on him or anything like that. Okay, which they do need to do it, but this man here is
Especially heinous.
disgusting. I would just say that for what he done to this baby. So I will say a trigger warning. If I'm fixing to read his charges and what each one of them, there's 6 charges, 3 first degrees, and then there's a part 2 to each one of the first 3 charges. Baby Zeke's, he's 10 months old. The dad unalived him, and it does say how he did. Yeah, Lieberman, this is the other guy in Idaho. Okay, let me make sure I got this pulled up where I can see it.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on in Idaho, but my lord.
I don't know. Idaho's been getting a lot
It's
of
going on
recognition.
everywhere. It's everywhere.
That is true. It is everywhere, but I think Idaho
They've
is
had a
getting.
good run here. I mean, I don't mean good. They've had a kind of an intense, heated up run with a lot of different things right around there lately. But I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, so this is the state of Idaho versus Jeremy Albert Best, and this is Jeremy Best's indictment. So the grand jury of Teton County by this indictment charges count 1, murder in the first degree. The defendant, Jeremy Albert Best, on or about November the 30th of 2023 in Teton County, Idaho, did willfully, unlawfully, and deliberately with premeditation and with malice aforethought murder Callie Jean Best, a human being, by shooting her with a firearm, causing her death. So that was baby Zeke's mama that he did that to. Count 2 is the defendant, Jeremy Albert Best, on or about November the 30th of 2023 in Teton County, Idaho, did willfully, unlawfully, deliberately, with premeditation, and with malice aforethought, murder a human fetus carried by Callie Jean Best by shooting Callie Jean Best with a firearm and causing her death, and thereby causing the fetus's death. Count 3, murder in the first degree. The defendant, Jeremy Albert Best, on or about November the 30th to December the 2nd of 2023 in Bonneville County, Idaho, and or elsewhere, including Teton County, Idaho, and is part of a continuing criminal transaction and or common scheme or plan in Teton and or Bonneville counties in Idaho. Did willfully, unlawfully, deliberately, and with premeditation and with malice aforethought, and or in the perpetration of or attempt to perpetrate an aggravated battery on a child under 12 years of age, murder Zeke Gregory Best, a human being under the age of 1 year, by inflicting an injury on Zeke Gregory Best's neck using a knife, therefore causing his death. Hey, Eric, how are you?
A poor baby.
I so hope the devil gives him a pitchfork.
Oh, definitely.
It would be too easy for him, but I hope he gives it to him anyway. Honestly.
Yeah.
Okay, so on count one for Callie, there is a part two to that first degree charge, and that is use of a firearm or other deadly weapon during the commission of a crime. And it basically says the same thing. The defendant, Jeremy Albert Best, on or about November the 30th of 2023 in Teton County, Idaho, did use or attempt to use a firearm or other deadly weapon in the commission of a crime alleged in count one. Oh yeah, it's got to be glowing hot too, Big Al, for sure. So count two, part two, use of a firearm or other deadly weapon in the commission of a crime. The defendant Jeremy Best, on or about November the 30th in Teton County, did use or attempt to use a firearm or other deadly weapon in the commission of the crime alleged in count two. Count three, part two, use of a firearm or other deadly weapon during the commission of a crime. The defendant Jeremy Best, on or about November the 30th to December the 2nd, in Bonneville County, Idaho, and or elsewhere, including Teton County, Idaho, and as part of the continuing criminal transaction and or common scheme or plan in Teton and or Bonneville counties in Idaho, did use or attempt to use a deadly weapon in the commission of a crime alleged in count three. Now, they don't know exactly what day or where at baby Zeke died. They don't know if it was Bonneville County. They don't know if it was Teton County. He was found, his body was in Bonneville. But Teton is going to do the uh, the trial and all that. They're going to take care of all three charges and everything. I can't believe he didn't. Well, I mean, I don't guess they could have gotten him one for kidnapping, but like there should have been a charge for him taking the baby, knowing that what he was going to do. Like I just, and that was just the witnesses. I'm pretty sure all of those are probably officers. And there was something that was in here. It was supposed to be redacted, other than the presiding juror. I guess that may be the only thing that they redacted in here. But this was dated December the 18th, so yesterday. But I hope he lives a miserable life. Honestly, just for Callie and that unborn baby and baby Zeke. Short ribs is only turkey ham, firm rib, and money at a time. Uh, Too fast. I'm gonna say short ribs. How are you?
I'm good. I think there's certain crimes that we need to bring back public punishment.
Absolutely.
Yep.
There needs to be a real fear amongst criminals again. They have no fear anymore.
No, they
Yep.
don't.
I think though they're still wanting to do the competency evaluation to see if he's competent to stand trial. Even if
Yeah.
he's not, and it could come back as that he's not, because earlier in the day before all of this happened, That's when he was found naked at the store, and they had to
Right.
call the cops, and they took him to the hospital. And if for whatever reason the hospital felt that he was good to go and let him go. Uh, but if he's found not competent to stand trial, doing like they did Lori, keep his ass in a hospital until he's either found to be competent, or if they determine that he's not ever going to be found competent, then his ass needs to stay there. And I hope to God that he hears the screams of every person in that hospital, and they just haunt him
Well, they
to
need
where
to
he
end the
Yep.
can't sleep.
DNA line. End it.
Uh,
Put the rubber bands around his nuts and be done with that DNA line and just be done with it. Whatever's wrong with him, stop it.
My
I
husband
just
said he thought the same thing was, it needs to be publicly done.
Yeah, too fast, too fleas. I believe it would be a deterrent. 100%. These criminals are emboldened right now, and it's everywhere.
It is.
It's on both sides of the aisle. It's both colors. It's all races, all creeds. They've just run a freaking muck on society, and
yeah,
it's because they know they've got a 50-50 shot of just walking out of jail.
Yeah.
don't
So they're just doing whatever the hell
understand
they
it.
want.
I don't
It's
understand
out of
it. I
control.
just and so when the mom, baby Zeke's mom, uh, when she called 911, okay, whenever he had the firearm pulled on her and all this and that, when you when the phone starts ringing into 911, it starts recording right then.
Right.
Uh, Even before the dispatcher picks up, it
Yeah,
starts
it records
recording.
the ringing.
Yeah. They could hear her on the recording before 911 answered when she was calling. And they could hear her screaming, "No, Jeremy, please don't. You've got kids. Think about that. Please don't. Please don't." And then when by the time they answered the phone, she wasn't there. And the cop goes out there, walks around, sees a neighbor out. The neighbor says what he tells the cop what he heard, and all that. That it woke him up and everything. Cop goes back over and starts looking around, calls for backup, and then he finds the mama. And they knew about baby Zeke because the neighbor told them. But the neighbor was told him that the baby was like 7, 8 months old. Uh, well, when the other officers got there to the house, they go into the house to clear the house and try to find baby Zeke, and they don't find him, but they find his social security card in his room, and that's how they had his name and all that. And they went on ahead and put the alert out that he was missing. And the cop literally before he turned on the road that their house is on, he saw the guy pulling off the road in the vehicle, but he didn't know that it was him. So by the time he realized that, it was too late. Like Jeremy was long gone. Like that's how short of a time. Like if the cop would have been there just 30 seconds sooner, he would have caught the guy. And baby Zeke probably would have still been alive.
Yeah.
These people are just too unafraid.
They are.
Something's got to be done.
But
I don't know if cruelty is the answer, but seems to be the only thing we're not trying.
hold on, I need to mute for just 1 second. But Big Al, go ahead and finish saying what you were going to
Well,
say.
we've held enough hands, and we've called enough inclusion officers, and we've had enough social workers. It's time to try something different, in my opinion. I just think we're letting this whole thing, this republic that we all love so much, just fall apart on all aspects.
Absolutely. I
It's
totally agree.
everywhere.
It
The
is.
depravity and just the just sickness in people is just. I mean,
The
there's
disdain.
lawmakers having
The dis-
sex in government buildings, and there's nothing being done about it.
Say that again.
Okay, I'm back.
They just got busted making a gay sex tape in the Senate hearing room,
Oh my
Oh
God.
yes, I heard that. I heard about
I
that.
did not
and
hear
nothing's
that.
being done.
I think he lost his job.
Oh, he lost his job. Well,
Yeah, I think
I'll
that
tell you
was
what.
it.
How about 20 years for him?
Yeah, no
How
kidding.
about 20 years for a guy that willfully defiled the Senate chamber, and the same
Hmm.
20 years that Grandma got from Iowa for being invited in?
Yep.
Yeah.
We're upside down. We're such a clown world to the rest of the world right now.
It's
I don't
a.
understand it anymore. I just don't.
Yeah,
It's.
I don't either. The disdain people have for other people is
The
just,
crime that we're allowing is just it's ridiculous.
yeah. I
It's
mean, going to Walmart, steal a TV for a couple $100, three, four, five, six, seven, up to what is it, a grand? You can just like walk out, and
Mhm.
a lot
Yeah,
of
in
places
California it's
aren't
allowed
doing
for
it either.
it's illegal for them to stop someone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just a little over 75 years ago, we got done with World War II, which was an actual real war. People got fought to the bloody end, so they didn't have to be, you know, have their lives changed.
Hold on,
People
Michelle
need to
Brooks.
study that war and what the greatest generation men say, the sacrifices they made, not just them Americans who went without so we could feed the war going on.
Michelle
Went on for
Michelle
about 4 or
Brooks
5
said
years.
Michelle Brooks said I hate politics and I agree with you. This is no longer about politics.
no, it's not.
No.
Oh, it's just
It is not
disgusting
about right or
It's
behavior.
left.
about history and how we got here and not showing the respect. And I don't know.
It is not about politics
I'm gonna
anymore.
shut up.
It's just.
It's about saving our country.
It's
Yeah.
about wrong and
Yeah, I
right
agree.
and people that actually,
Well,
I think, breaking the law.
all I know is this Jeremy Best dude and what he did to this little boy and his unborn child and those kids' mama. If he ends up in a mental hospital, I hope he hears the screams every single night and it keeps him awake and he never sleeps.
Oh, and he will.
I
I
agree.
hope he
He
does.
will. He absolutely will. And he'll end up taking his own life.
Well, I don't
And
want
it'll
that.
be it'll be the easy way out
Yeah,
for him.
I don't wish that on anybody. I know some people do go to, they do that. They feel the need to do that, but I don't want him doing that. I want him to suffer
Oh, I agree 100%.
because she literally, they said, was begging him, think about your kids. And he did it anyway to her, knowing that she was pregnant. And then did it to baby Zeke. And that baby was only 10 months old. Like, give him to somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I just don't get. I mean, it seems like there's just so many with tiny little children that just. Uh, I
if
can't
he's.
imagine treat. It's like, okay, it's like Vander Ark. My
Mhm.
husband was listening to it, and he had to quit listening to it because it was making him sick. That never happens.
And see, I didn't watch any of it,
Oh,
of
it was,
hers.
yeah, it was. Oh my God, it was horrific.
I,
Those two deserve to be, you know, put through the ringer
yeah.
too.
I
I
But
just, I don't understand why people want to hurt a kid. Knowing that's, I,
look how prevalent it is right now. You can pull up any small town
Yeah,
paper, any
yeah.
small town newspaper, like a regional newspaper,
Mhm.
and find stories about abusive kids right now.
It's
In
everywhere.
every one of them.
Yeah. Just like people leaving their kids in hot cars.
When I
Oh,
searched
that one.
That one I never
children
understood.
M the other day on Google News, I posted 4 of them that happened in the last 3 days. They were burnt, drowned, shot, put in trunks of the car, and there were 6 to 8 more articles right under that I just didn't even look at the same thing. And I
You
told
sound like
some
you're
people,
about 12 feet from your microphone, will
I'm
be.
sorry, but I told people in chat, I said I could not believe all these parents unaliving their children and everywhere.
Hey, Johnny Mac, how are you? Okay, thank you, Libra Moon. I'm gonna write her name down that way I can look into her case too.
Yeah.
Michelle, I never understood how you forget a baby in a hot car, and
No.
then whenever they got
Babies,
to saying,
dogs. No.
but no, but they would say, so you don't forget your child in the back seat of your car during the hot summer months. Put your purse back there in the back seat or take your shoe off. And if you, I'm just gonna say this, okay, because this subject irritates the fuck out of me. If you got to put your purse in the back seat of a car so you don't forget your child because your purse is more important to take in with you than your kid, then you
Right.
don't need a kid in the
Right.
car.
Exactly.
You don't.
Put your
You,
phone back there with them. That'll keep you from forgetting.
yeah, you don't need a child. And people who leave animals in cars, they're just as bad.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
have
proud
never
of it, but
got.
I've broken a couple of windows. I'm not
I,
proud of it, but I
but
have.
but if it comes to an animal being in a hot car or a kid, I'd do it in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Cost me $600 one time.
But I just don't understand why they tell parents take your shoe off or put your purse back there because you're not going to forget your purse or your shoe, but you could possibly forget your child.
That's just crazy.
Like the grandmother, I forgot what state she was in. This is probably about a year ago. She was babysitting her daughter's child, so her grandbaby. She gets out of the car, leaves the grandbaby in the car, goes in the house, and doesn't remember the grandchild in the car for several hours. And when they got out there to it, the baby was done deceased. But before that, okay, and this is where I kind of hold the mama responsible. Before that, the the baby who died, her older brother drowned while in the care of the grandmother.
Yeah, that's
Okay, why the flip would you let your baby go stay with your mama if your child you already had one child that died while in the care of your mama?
yeah.
I'm sorry, my mama wouldn't be keeping my kids.
No.
And now this daughter has lost both of her kids,
Yeah, you don't get a
both
second
little bitty
chance.
kids, to while they were in the care of her mother.
Jamala Smith, is that her name, Libra?
Yes, that's the one she had mentioned a minute ago. So she isn't getting any attention because of the color of her skin. She needs attention. Okay, Libra Moon, thank you. I've got her name, and didn't she say South Carolina? Is that what she said? I need to write the state down. Hold on, let me go back and find it. I think she said, uh, yes, South Carolina. Hold on,
Yeah.
just 1 second, Avery. I'm fixing to bring you up. Here, let me get Avery up here, and then I'll write this. Avery, how are you?
Hey, how are you all?
Oh boy, here we go.
Good.
Big Al, don't you start with me.
Hey, Avery.
Hey, Lady V. So I don't know much about is it Jeremy Best? Is that his name?
Yeah, Jeremy Best.
Jeremy Best.
Uh-huh.
Um, and I may have missed it, but have you already gone over the case from the beginning to where it's at now, or because
Um,
I'm
I haven't
confused.
I haven't really went over it. Like all of the court documents are on the Idaho website, the same one that has Bryan and Lori and Chad's and all them on it.
Hmm.
But just basically the rundown of it is the day the murders happened that night, but earlier that day, like 11 something that morning,
Uh-huh.
he had went to a store, and the employees at the store had to call the cops because he was in the store naked. And the cops came and got him, and they said that he was like mumbling stuff and and all this and that, and they thought that it was a mental health issue. So they took him to the hospital. The hospital, I guess, evaluated him, whatever it is that they do, and they let him go. Later on that night, he's at home, and for whatever reason, he pulls a firearm out and he unalives baby Zeke's mama, who was also, I think, 7 months pregnant.
Yeah.
Uh, then he leaves and he takes baby Zeke with him, who was only 10 months old. When the cops realize that baby Zeke is with him, they put out an Amber Alert that he's missing. And a few days later, some people find his vehicle, I guess, had ran off the road or was down an embankment or something like that. And Jeremy was in a sleeping bag, naked, sleeping on the side of the road. And I've heard two different stories about where the baby was found. I'd heard that he was in the sleeping bag with him, but I also heard that he was in a car. I don't know which one is true, but when these documents came out, this indictment, that was the first time I had seen how baby Zeke died. Because they said to begin with that his cause of death hadn't came out yet.
Oh, so he unalived the baby also.
Yes, yes. He and hold on,
Oh,
I will pull it. Let me
and
see.
you said that he was naked in the sleeping bag?
Yes, when he was when Jeremy Best was found,
Hmm.
he was found sleeping on the side of the road in a sleeping bag, naked.
Do you know how old he is? I-
Uh, 40
Yeah, I'm thinking 40.
Old
something.
enough to know better.
Yeah, hold on.
So,
One of these court documents should have his age in it. Let me see if I can find it real quick.
so does he have like a prior history of mental illness, or was he on medications or possibly drugs, or I mean, do we know any of that?
I was
Why
Uh,
would
wondering
the
if he had like
hospital?
a manic episode or something.
Why would the hospital
I
release
don't.
him?
That's what I didn't understand. But the hospital did after it came out about the wife, Callie,
Hmm.
after she was found deceased and the unborn baby was also deceased, and then they found baby Zeke. The hospital did put out a statement and said that yes, Jeremy was brought into them earlier that day, like 11:30, something like that. But
Hmm.
as far as what uh, how they evaluated him, any treatment that was given, any medication that was given, any diagnosis that was given, because of HIPAA,
Yeah.
they can't release any of that information. So I don't know if it was a mental health thing, or if it was just he had taken some type of substance and caused him to do that, or
Has
what it was,
yeah.
what
Has
happened.
has his family or her family, anybody spoken out, like, to say if he had like an ongoing mental illness, or is because
Not
I
not that
hadn't
I've
seen
seen.
anything about this case. I'm gonna
Not
Google
that
it,
I've
but
seen.
Ask
He
yourself
was
this:
mentally ill at some of it.
What was the last time you heard of a new mental health facility opening in this country?
You know.
Yeah,
And then each
oh
state has
gosh.
their own
they're all
regulations,
closing.
what
They're
they'll
all
allow
closing.
somebody to get off
Hey, no way.
schizophrenia type situations.
Well, and I'm like what Ashes just said. He should have been held on a 72-hour cycle. They call it a 5150.
Yeah, yeah.
He should have been held on that, but for whatever reason, the hospital decided to release him. And if now he has Archibald, which is Lori Vallow's attorney that we all got to hear
Oh,
in
that's the
court.
one I was thinking of. Okay.
Yeah, that's who he has as his one of his attorneys. So, he
So,
had told the judge that he thinks that there needs to be a competency evaluation done,
uh-huh.
and the judge agreed, but it still hasn't been done yet. So, as far as any court proceedings, all of everything has been put on pause for right now until that evaluation is done.
So they're probably gonna keep him over in the mental hospital until he's competent. So it could
Yeah,
be like a really long time. It have they said like if there's a motive behind all of this, or
no.
oh my
But
goodness.
see,
And how
they haven't even done the evaluation yet. So whenever that gets done, if it comes back basically the same way as it was done with Lori, Lori was found in the very beginning to be not competent to stand trial.
mhm.
They held her in the hospitals like 8, 9, 10 months. She was in the
Yeah,
hospital. She was finally found competent to stand trial. He will be done the same way. He will go. They will do the eval on him. If he is
yeah.
found to be competent, he'll go back to jail, and then they'll the court proceedings will pick up where they left off. If not, he will have to stay in the hospital until he is competent or a doctor decides, okay, well, he's never going to be competent,
Do
and
And
does anybody
more
think
than
the
likely
states
he'll
ought to
be
get?
how old was baby Zeke?
10 months old.
So he we know he unalived his wife by
Hmm.
pew pew. Does
Right.
it say how the baby? Oh gosh, do I even want to know? Does it say
Uh,
how the baby?
Baby Zeke.
Yeah.
Yeah. This. I'll just read what the indictment says. It
Okay.
says, okay, so the defendant, Jeremy Albert Best, on or about November the 30th to December the 2nd in Bonneville County, Idaho, and or elsewhere, including Teton County, because they don't know what date or the exact location of where he was unalived at. And as part of a continuing criminal transaction and or common scheme or plan in Teton and or Bonneville counties in Idaho, did willfully, unlawfully, deliberately, and with premeditation and with malice aforethought, and are in the perpetration of an attempt to perpetrate an aggravated battery on a child under 12 years of age, murder Zeke Gregory Best, a human being under 1 year of age, by inflicting an injury on Zeke Gregory Best's neck using a knife and therefore causing death.
Oh my God.
Now,
Ugh.
it
Does
doesn't
anybody?
Oh.
say it doesn't say um, what type of injury, but it was to the neck with a
Oh.
knife.
I
Does
didn't
anybody
expect
think that
that.
states on when these people get off their meds that they have to take to be, I don't want to say normal because that's not a good description, but not be way mentally ill. Some of these people go on and off of them half a dozen times in their life and do crazy stuff. Maybe not unalive somebody, but just bad stuff. Does anybody think
Well,
they'll
this
give them,
guy,
hey, a couple, 2 or 3 chances, and after that, I
this
don't know.
guy
That's just,
though
yeah.
owned his own business. He had a mechanic shop at where him and Callie, his wife, lived at. He had a mechanic shop
Yeah, I mean, they get to
there.
where they feel good, but they don't like the way the medicine makes them feel. But then they know what it's
Right,
going to do to them when they quit taking it. And I mean, I don't.
right.
Yeah, a lot of times the medication makes them feel so good that they think that they're
No, it
fixed
makes
and
them
they stop.
sane, but they don't
They
like the way
think
they
they
feel
don't need
on it. But
it
they don't think
anymore.
crazy. And then they say, I'd rather feel the other way because I was energetic, but it was a manic state they were like.
But
Well, there's a lot of studies out there that say the actual drugs themselves are to blame for a lot of
Yeah.
these changes in
Yeah,
behavior.
I would not doubt that at all. Because how you're not crazy because you lack Prozac in your body or whatever. I mean,
Right.
or if
your
he
body's not
mixed
low on Prozac or Wellbutrin.
if he is on medication and he mixed it with
Yeah.
alcohol or, anything.
Right.
Wow.
Or you got two doctors that aren't talking, or you're going to two different pharmacies and you're mixing two different things that shouldn't
Well,
be.
now that can't happen the
See,
way they've
now
got
you
it
can't
all
do that now
connected. But
because the
it's only been about 5
pharmacies,
6 years, I think.
yeah, the pharmacies now are on a system to where if you get one prescription from one doctor and then you
Everybody
turn
knows
around
it.
and
Coast
get
to coast.
another prescription, if you, no matter where you get it filled at, if you try to get that same prescription filled at another pharmacy, it flags it and shows that it's already been filled, gives a date and everything.
No, I'm not talking about you getting something twice. I'm talking about you getting conflicting drugs.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
that could happen.
the doctors
That
don't
can
want.
happen. It's happened to me.
Yeah, yeah. Must have got lost. How are you? Melissa's and 10. How are you? Yeah, that could have happened. Um, and some of those medications you cannot
Yeah,
mix.
and we'll never know because he was off his balance or what his mental good, normal, not thinking crazy.
Now,
So
I have
we don't
wondered.
know what he was. And when he got off of it, he probably couldn't tell you what he took or didn't take.
I have wondered though if he was not on any type of medication, because we're never going to know the medical history. There's HIPAA laws in there. We'll never know that. But I wonder if he does have some type of mental illness that he has been treated for, or if he pulled the whole stunt with being naked in the store and calling the police and they're coming out and knowing that they would take him to the hospital, because he was planning on doing what he did later on that night to his wife and kids. And so he did that earlier in the day to try to do the whole insane
If
thing.
anybody wants to see how bad our mental health system is, read the story about my friend's son. His name is Dustin Bowen in the Southern Jail in West Virginia.
Oh, it's horrible.
What they did to
Here.
him, he was a total schizophrenic. He had moved up there a week. He couldn't get, when they let him out of jail, he had no clue where his dad lived. They didn't even call his dad. They found him 27 days later out in the middle of nowhere, some land and coal company had. The last time they seen him, one of the jailers was giving him a ride at this convenience store up in that little town and supposedly dropped him off, but we don't know. But he was about 30 miles away from the jail 27 days later out in the middle of nowhere.
Well, that's because we don't treat mental health illness anymore. We medicate it.
They didn't give him any treatment the entire time he was in jail. When he walked out in the front of the jail, he was still talking about, I'm Lucifer and I'm going to go destroy everyone in this town. You know, just, I don't know the exact words, but that basically still doing it. They let him go.
Scarlett, do we know if he has any prior arrests for like DV or anything like that?
Not that I've seen. But I will say this, though. I haven't, like, dug deep into him.
You're just now getting into the case.
Well, I've kept up with it, like, before, you know, baby Zeke was found and all this and that. But I was waiting for the cause of death to come out for him because they didn't know to begin with, or said that they didn't know how he had passed away. But yeah, when I read that today, I was just like, oh shit. Like, this dude, if he has mental health issues, he needs to be treated for it. He doesn't need to be let back out and just, you know, and get off of this because he has a mental health issue. He needs to be put into a hospital. But if they find him competent to stand trial, the dude needs a firing squad. I'm sorry. I know some people don't agree with that, but he 2 babies.
How far along was she in her pregnancy?
7 months.
Oh, so they'll charge him with that, right?
Oh, yeah, he's been charged. He's got 3 counts of first degree right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because I think it's like over 20 weeks gestation, then they will. Well, so I think some states it's even less than that.
He's got 3 counts of first degree for the wife, the unborn child, and then baby Zeke. And then to each of those 3 charges, he has a part 2 that is added. So each one of those, each part 2 is the same thing: a use of a firearm or other deadly weapon during the commission of a crime. So he has 6 felonies.
My honest opinion is once a fetus has a heartbeat, it should be counted as a life.
Yep.
Exactly.
But wow, so
you would think, but
that's a whole can of worms we don't want to open on.
Exactly.
I do think
and then,
should have control of their bodies so and be able to make their own decision. And states need to.
How old was his wife? How old was did you say her name was Jessica?
No, Callie, Kally. I've seen her as Callie Randall, but in these documents they have her as Callie Best because they were married. But let me look up, because I was just looking through the documents and I don't see how old he was in there. But let me look it up. I want to say he was like 40 something.
Yeah, I wanna look up to see if he has any like prior arrests and oh goodness, so sad. Right before Christmas too, and then you know.
With mental instability like that, I don't see how he did not have run-ins with the.
Did they have any other kids, or was that it?
That's just
that was
opinion.
it.
I haven't seen his record, but I bet the house on it.
Okay, so Jeremy Albert Best is 48.
Whoa.
Okay, so let me see how old Kelly was.
So he's kind of too old for like a mental break, like, to be honest with you.
Yeah, most schizophrenics start in their early 20s.
Yeah,
right
exactly.
Out of college for some reason.
Callie she was 38.
Dang.
And all they had was, or all the kids that has been mentioned. Now, she could have had kids from a previous relationship, and so could he have. But the only 2 kids that has been mentioned in this case is baby Zeke and then the unborn baby. And I don't know if it was a boy, girl.
Mm.
anything like that. Just that she was 7 months pregnant.
Well, that is just awful.
I don't get it. That's what I was saying earlier. I don't get how people hurt their kids. I don't see how people forget their kids in the backseat of a hot car. I just I don't understand it. There are so many people in this world who want kids but can't have kids. And then
Yeah.
you have neglectful parents who are literally forgetting their kids in the backseat of a car, are doing this to their kids what
Yeah.
Jeremy Best did. You know,
It's like
it
it's an evil that we can't comprehend because we can't ever be that way, so we can't comprehend that kind of evil. But
right.
I
And like
really would like to know if if he is found competent. That's one thing. It just saddens me to think that maybe he was, like really, really did have mental illness. But then I'd want to know, like, if he intentionally quit taking his medication or if he mixed something with it or, you know, gosh.
all right. Okay, I'm dropping the link in the back chat, Avery. It has, because I don't know if you have it or not, but it has
Okay.
all of the court documents on it. And that website has all of Jeremy Best, Major John Kaler, Bryan Kohberger, Chad Daybell, and Lori Vallows. All five of those have all of their court documents on that one website right there.
Okay.
And like I said, it could be a mental health issue. That still doesn't excuse what he did. And if he does have a mental health issue, he needs to be treated for that.
He should
Mm-hmm.
be responsible for taking his medication and sticking with his doctor.
Yes.
You shouldn't
Yeah.
get chance after chance after chance after chance.
Right. But if it does turn out to be a mental health issue, he needs to be treated for it. He does not need to be let out because of that. He needs to be put into a psychiatric,
secured psychiatric facility
yes,
where they
where he
force him to
cannot
take his
get out.
medicine properly because he is
Yes.
not able to, and he's been given multiple chances to do it and didn't.
Right.
I think the only way they can 5150 them is if they are threatening to harm themselves or others. So that would be interesting to find out too, because I can foresee a lawsuit, against that hospital
The
from
reality,
Yeah.
her
reality of
family.
a 5150 is they don't do shit.
Yeah.
No, they just
That's
hold you
the
for
reality of a
72,
5150. They do nothing.
Yeah.
72 hours, then
That's
they
all
let you
get.
go. That's it.
And all that does is absolve them of responsibility if you were to do something stupid to yourself. You say, well, we
Right.
kept 72 hours. He's acting okay. We let him go. We
Yeah.
can't help him.
I
Shot
know
3 people at
here.
the store and done himself.
I know here. Whenever my neighbor, the one who killed my dog, whenever he has a mental break, and I don't know if
I
it's
thought
from
he
not
killed
taking
himself
it.
the other night.
No, this is a different neighbor.
Okay. You
The
got
one
two
who
pictures.
the one who unalived himself, he had I believe it was stage 4 liver cancer.
Yeah, that's right. That was right.
Yeah.
Oh, poor thing.
But this guy, he's young. He's in his 30s, and I don't know if it's like he doesn't take his meds, but whenever he has like a mental health break, there's like this little short. It's like a miniature size ambulance that comes, and it has like side doors. And whenever they take him off, they keep
I'm
him
not
for
laughing at
10.
it.
They keep him for 10 days. Yeah, it reminds me of, like, how they have the regular size school buses and then the short school buses.
Yeah.
It's
Mhm.
like a short ambulance.
I had a sheriff who used to come in one of my stores. Her name was Joyce. Can't remember her last name. She ended up dying of cancer. She worked at the sheriff's department forever. She was in transportation. She could transport all the mentally ill patients in Forsyth County to Butler, which is
Mhm.
about halfway across the state. That's where they kept them. She said she made 1,000 trips in her career. She said every time she took one, they talked about one of 3 things: sex, the Bible, and it was one other thing, and she said they would talk nonstop. She said it was the longest 2-hour drive.
A lot
Because you
of
have to listen to them.
Yeah,
Right.
a
And
lot of
it's
times.
about 2.5, 3 hours across there. And she said they would never, that's all they would talk about. And she said the ones that were on the S side, just talk,
Mhm.
just
A lot
all the
of
way. She said she got where she almost hated that job, what she had
a,
to hear.
a lot of schizophrenics or meth-induced schizophrenia, they
True,
will
there's a lot of
hyper,
true schizophrenics out here.
they
There are
will
a lot of
hyper,
schizophrenics that get on meth because they're
they will hyper
self-medicating.
focus on religion.
Yeah, but they'll get on meth because they're self-medicating, trying to not want to feel like the
Yeah, but
schizophrenic feel.
there is meth-induced
Well,
psychosis,
if you do
meth-induced.
enough meth and you go without sleep long enough, you see things. People, yeah, they do some stupid stuff. I agree with you.
I don't know.
But
It's going to be interesting to hear if he did have any type of prior arrest for any type of
I would be amazed if he didn't
DV.
have some.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I,
I'd like to know if he had prior
I
DV.
mean,
Gosh.
or just I mean, a Timothy baby who's done nothing wrong in this world, and another baby who hasn't even had a chance at the world yet.
Yeah, because at 7 months, she could have given birth to that baby. It could have lived. I had Jaden at 5 months, 5.5 months. Jaden, yeah, I mean, that's life.
Tracy, you're very welcome.
Terrible,
I'm never
just
amazed
terrible.
at the cruelty that goes on in this world, what people levels of stoop to, and the cruelty that they'll
But
act out.
I also think that there are a lot of people who are really truly mentally ill who are
Absolutely. They
sitting
don't
in
get, we are
prison,
way, we
who are
have no resources, not even
Right.
close to the resources we need to
When they shouldn't be in
effectively
prison, they should be in
address these people and try to take care of them. It's
somewhere
almost
else.
ridiculous.
yeah.
Prison is basically where they end up at because they don't get help, and then they do crazy and stupid stuff. They can't help it, and they lock their butts up like all the other
Yeah.
criminals. And then it
Yeah.
makes the prisons not worse because you got a guy that should be in a mental place instead of
Well, it's dangerous for them. If you have someone who is truly mentally disabled, they should be in a place that is equipped to handle people like that, not in a jail because that puts them in danger.
and not
Well,
always.
it to me, I mean, it's like it's torturous for them if they're
It's torture for
in,
the people who work there.
if they're in need of medication, if they're really seriously mentally ill and they're in need of medication and they're sitting in a prison unmedicated,
Yeah.
that's torture.
Not always, but
Well, not always.
the doctors that end up in those places in charge there are generally, and again, there are exceptions, I'm sure. So it's not like generally they're not the best doctors.
No, they're not.
I don't mean, I mean, I've seen, I know a friend was in the state prison, he pulled 2 10-year beds, and some of the stuff that goes on, it blow your mind.
Yeah.
You need to read the federal lawsuit against West Virginia Southern Jail and what they did, what people up there went through. No water, 14 people in an 8x10 cell, no commode, no running water, no clean water. They didn't feed them, they were naked in there. They had nowhere to toilet that was non-functioning. It went on and on for years.
That is.
The federal government finally said, "Hey, that's enough. Y'all don't know how to do." They had the money in the budget every year for the upgrades. They didn't spend it because all the politicians got together.
That's a huge sanitary issue right there.
Just read a few pages of it. I'm telling you, it's worth it. And Dustin Bowen died because of that.
That's
now
a
his mom,
sanitary issue.
Dad and stepmom, they're not handling this well, and they're having issues because they lost it and they feel guilty, and they're right up there. And I'm not saying what they're doing, but Tia and LT did a thing on it. I was talking to Bo every day, and then they went back, and they're unanswered. I know what's going
on. Pokey Dots, let me see if there's anything new about Casey White.
And he was a good kid.
Who? Casey who?
Casey White, him and Vicky White. Vicky worked at the jail, and she helped him escape. And then, I haven't.
Oh,
yeah, they're not far from me.
Yeah, she pretty much. She was really in love because what he talked her into doing was not going to work, and she was going to throw basically 20-some years.
Yeah.
Is that the blonde-headed woman that was?
Yeah.
Had about. She didn't have long till retirement, if I'm correct.
Yeah,
You
she
do
threw
30
it all
years
the
in
way for
that, they'll
him.
let you get out.
I know they
Okay,
were charging him with her death.
it says here, prisoner Casey White gets life sentence for escaping jail with help of official who died by unaliving. And then he said he loved Vicky. I still wonder, though, I'm going to be honest, if she did that herself or if he did that to her.
I don't know. I think he played her like a fiddle.
They're saying that she did it to herself, but I've always
She
wondered.
obviously her emotions were in control. She couldn't make good, sound decisions because she went right along with it. She wanted to help.
Yeah, I think
She did not say
she.
there will be no good outcome of this. He's not getting away. We're not going to live on some island in South America and have more money and live in a hut. And
I think
Well,
she
they're
had
going to catch you within
residue.
a short amount of time, and they're going to lock your ass back up.
She had what?
I think she had residue on her fingers.
Oh, okay.
I believe she. I believe that was what the
She,
final
Hey,
was.
Scarlett, I'm gonna jump off here. My back is really. If I move around making noise, I apologize. This
no,
kind of
you're
started at 4 or 5 o'clock. I didn't think there was nothing to it. In about 1 hour, it's just locked up in a knot right now.
okay.
Oh,
Well,
But
I
hope
hope
you
he
feel.
gets to feeling
I'm
better.
gonna be fine. But I feel like I just can't sit still. I'm trying to find comfort, and I can't find it.
Hope
Okay,
you feel
well,
better,
But
yeah, I hope
Eddie.
yeah,
he
I'll
gets
be
to
all right.
feeling
And
better.
I enjoyed it. You guys, Big Al, Lady B, I hadn't heard you say anything. Lana, I'll see you. I may be hanging around chat some.
Okay.
All
All
right.
right.
Feel
Good
better.
night.
Good night.
Good night.
All right, and Big Al, thank you so much for gifting that membership. That was very nice of
Oh, you're
you.
welcome. It's Christmas.
That is awesome of you. And who got it? Tara got it. And Must Have Got Lost. Thank you so much for becoming a member. Welcome to the family. Even though you've been here forever.
Yeah.
Some
Gosh,
people need to start clicking that thumbs up, though. We're less than half. Come on, guys.
What do we got? I'm seeing 83 with 126 in here.
Sweet Melissa, I think he does have a little bit of a delay.
Yeah.
will be.
Yeah.
I think he does, and it's
I think that man just needs hearing aids.
that might be something to do with it too.
Aw.
I
No, I
agree.
really do. I really think he does. I really think he can't hear
Well, when you
when
got
some
these
of us
headphones on, certain people's tone of voice is harder to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I agree. It
For
is.
me,
yeah.
it is.
I don't necessarily think that he does it intentionally. I
No.
think he really just cannot hear us.
Yeah, it could be. Must Have Got Lost. Thank you so much for gifting that membership. That was very nice of you. Thank you.
I
Yeah,
like her.
my headset, I hear everything.
Is that a girl or a guy that must have got lost?
Must Have Got Lost. I believe it's a
Tara?
female. No,
I
Must
just
Have Got
I,
Lost that
Oh,
just gifted the membership. I believe it's a female.
I like that name though. Must
Yeah.
have got lost.
So too.
Yeah, she's from Australia. Oh, you know what? Must Have Got Lost. I have a question because I haven't seen Musical in here, and I have a note to ask Musical this. It was brought up the other night about uh, a new law in Australia that they are making y'all have cell phones now. Do you know anything about that?
yeah, the incoming
Do what?
digital currency deals that they're doing with Vax passports and the digital currency. They're
What?
starting to roll it out, is what I read.
What are they doing?
They're requiring people to carry a digital device like a cell phone, or
Huh.
Yeah, I wrote down my
they're
note the other
starting
night to
to.
ask Musical.
They're
And
letting people opt in just like they're doing with the chip,
uh-huh.
and then it's slowly going to be rolled into, well, this is how you deal with your life now, is through a device.
Uh,
I really think one day we probably won't be alive to see it, but I don't think there's going to be a such thing as paper money. It's just I see it going away completely one day.
or
We're going to be
cars that
alive
drive
to
on a
see that,
road.
sweetheart. We're going to be alive to see that. That's already
You
happening.
think we will?
Oh yes, it's already
Oh,
happening.
I know we will.
It's already happening.
Yeah.
Well,
It won't be that long.
what about the flying cars? That's the one I'm waiting for.
Oh
The which
Lord.
ones?
The flying cars.
We were
The
we were
Jetsons.
watching the cars that drive themselves on Vapors
Oh
last
hell
night.
no. No,
Wow.
no,
There's no way I would get in one of those.
No, a flying Uber. I
no.
wouldn't get on one that's on the road,
Mm-mm.
much less one that
No,
goes in the air.
the driving ones. We were watching the driving
Yeah,
ones on
no thanks.
Papers last night, and nope, nope.
Have you
I
seen the
gotta
No,
have
traffic jams that they've caused?
not
I gotta
happening.
have control of things.
Yeah. Well, I mean, people fall asleep when them things are driving on their own selves. No, not happening. I'll be done
Oh,
end up somewhere I didn't want to end up, like at the bottom of a cliff, something like that.
Like at the bottom of a cliff.
Not happening. I'm like Avery. I had to be in control.
yeah,
I don't
Like,
even like riding in somebody else's car.
uh-uh.
Yeah, me too. I'm the same.
me
Not a
too.
fan. Not a fan at all.
No, I'm a
No,
nervous
my
passenger.
hubby doesn't bother me.
That's
But
why when I kidnap Scarlett to take her skydiving, I'll be driving.
You better bring an army.
I was gonna say you better bring an army, some flex cuffs, some tranquilizers. Have a goddamn good lawyer, because I'm telling you, when she wakes up, you're fucked.
Oh.
But
Afterwards, she'll be like, "That was so fun. Thank you."
Yeah, I doubt that.
mm-mm, not happening.
Oh,
Nope. If y'all ever hear that I skydived, y'all know that it wasn't on my own free will.
And Polka Dot said indoor skydiving. I could see her doing that, maybe.
I don't think she's doing anything where her feet come off the ground.
I'm telling you what, I'm not jumping out of an airplane unless it's crashing.
nope, me either.
Oh,
Not a
that
chance.
reminds me.
If it's crashing, get the fuck out of
I'm
the way,
I'm
because I'm coming through like the Kool-Aid man.
That
But
that that
I'm
reminds
not
me.
even doing that if it's crashing. I'm not even doing that.
The Blue Angels are coming to our Air Force base in
Oh,
April.
they are so awesome to
yeah, they're
watch.
pretty
So
cool.
guess what that means? That means I get to go jump.
Oh, Jen with two N's says it's called digital identity legislation.
Oh wow.
Oh. Okay,
So they,
Jen, are you from Australia? She might be
I
also.
know they
I
started.
can't
I want to
remember.
say, is it Denmark or Finland or one of those countries where they were actually lined up to get the chips implanted in their skin.
Mm-mm. Ain't happening
No
either.
thanks. I like my cash money. I don't think people understand that when that happens, gone is marketplace. Gone is buying something from your neighbor. Gone is selling an old lawnmower that you don't need anymore. You know,
Right.
it just so
Yeah.
many things go away with the shelving of cash.
Thank you, Jen.
It
Okay.
literally involves the government in every purchase and every part. I mean, then they literally are in every part of your life.
Yeah, I'm just not
And it's
ready for
bad
it.
enough as it is, if you ask
They're
me.
already telling people how much they can take out of the bank and how much they
Yep.
can't. If they think you're taking too much, they'll block it.
I can attest to that
Which
because I
is
was moving some money from one business account to another, and they said, "You've already taken 10,000 this month. You can't take anymore." And I said, "It's my money, so write me a check because it's going from one bank to another." So,
Oh, Big Al, just ask him if you
crazy.
can just transfer it to my account, and
yeah,
there you go. Problem solved.
yeah. I wish. I honestly, when you get into the restaurant business or the bar business, it changes the way you see money because so much money moves every month that isn't yours.
Hey, I have a
Yeah,
question, Big Al. How
yeah.
much is it to have a liquor license in your state?
Um, between insurance and the license, I pay about $17,000 a year.
And
That's just
when
liquor
you
liability and the license.
initially got your license for the first time, how much was it?
$2,600 for the background check and the license, and then you have to get approved for the insurance before they'll give you the liquor license. And then I live in a township, so it's a little bit different for me than it would be a regular city.
Mm-hmm.
I have to actually go in front of the town board and beg
Jeez.
for the ability to sell liquor in the township.
Oh wow.
So all it takes is one or two people on the town board that don't like you, and they can block your liquor license.
Well, you better mail them all Christmas presents.
Now they all hate me, but they know there's nothing they can do about it because there's enough people that like me that like having a bar here that it's a long way to another bar from where I'm at. It's a
Okay, and
minimum of 10 miles in any direction at least.
Muscat Law said that not that they're aware of, but maybe the big cities heard before them, but it could be possible
Yeah,
regarding the cell phone thing or whatever.
they're
So,
sliding it out there quietly, and they're making it voluntary
hmm.
is what they're doing. And then once all the voluntary people are done, then they're going to be like, well, now you kind of need to do this.
They're
If you want this
desensitized.
government service or that government service, it has to go through your phone.
Yeah, they're desensitizing people to the
Yep.
fact that they want to chip everybody.
Well, that's Apple Pay was introduced for that specific reason.
Yeah.
I still don't even understand Google. Like, you know how I see people go in the stores and they put their phone up to the.
Tap to pay, that's the same thing. It's just
I
desensitizing you to not having money.
I ain't doing that.
I have no idea how to even set that up. Like, I looked into it one time and it was so confusing. I just put my phone back down. I have no idea.
Samsung has a thing. I mean, if you buy a Samsung phone, it's called Samsung Pay,
Mm-hmm.
and you just go to the Samsung website, sign up, and put your credit card in, and then you just tap your phone on wherever you want to pay.
Hey, Big Al,
Yes,
Pokey
ma'am.
Dot wants to know what is the traditional liquor that goes with eggnog to add to eggnog?
Brandy is what the tradition is up here,
I thought it was
but
rum.
that
Yeah.
changes. It is a lot of people do rum, a lot of people do brandy. I mean,
We
it's
use rum.
no, everybody's different.
Yeah.
Hold on,
It
I'll
really is
tell
kind of a
you.
regional. It's kind of a regional thing, like Tom and Jerry's. I don't even think most of the other places in the country even sell Tom and Jerry mix.
Hold
I
on.
never liked eggnog.
I can't stand it. It makes me gag.
What is wrong with y'all?
Oh,
Ugh,
I
just
love
makes me
eggnog.
gag. I can't stand it.
Oh, I love it.
Okay, there. Yeah, I don't know if we can be friends.
Oh, we can be friends. It's just
I don't know. Y'all don't like eggnog.
That's pretty bad.
yeah,
I'm
Tom
telling
and
you.
Jerry. I don't even know if most places in the country would do Tom and Jerry, but it's like a batter.
I'm not big on sweet stuff, and maybe
Yeah.
that's what it
It's
is.
actually got butter in it.
It's like too rich for me. It tastes too rich.
That's how eggnog is to me.
Like, I can't even eat brown chocolate. It's too rich. I have to get white chocolate, and then it's like very little. Like once, maybe I probably eat white chocolate once every 2 years.
See, now we can't be friends.
You know what? You all
Me
are gonna
without
be
chocolate is a grumpy son of a bitch.
my friend whether you like it or not.
I don't know.
Okay,
You don't like
Pokey
eggnog. I don't
Dots
know.
asked.
Yeah,
Polka
Tonk.
Dots
I've
asked if
probably had. I've had it 5 or 6 times and just didn't care for it. There probably is one out there that I'd like, but I don't drink anymore either, so that kind of pigeonholes me a little bit.
Thank you.
Pokey Dots wants to know it's Kahlua in coffee, right?
Kahlua and coffee is
You
Yeah,
what?
can do Kahlua and milk.
and in the
That
coffee.
makes a white Russian.
Yeah, that
Oh,
makes a
I
white Russian.
love White Russians, and I'm not even a drinker, but Lord, I remember those.
They'll give you a wicked hangover if you're not careful.
Oh yeah.
But I think a lot of people down here in the South do the rum and the eggnog. Like if I always get the kind that doesn't have the liquor in it, but because I use mine to cook with. Like we make cheesecakes and I use eggnog in them. Like if we make muffins, instead of using milk, we use eggnog. What else do we use it in? We use it like in a lot of
You
stuff.
put eggnog in your muffins?
Girl, it is good. Yes.
Ooh.
So good. Try it with in a cheesecake. Oh my god.
I
I've
may
had
have to
eggnog
try that.
cheesecake.
So good.
Yeah, I've had eggnog
Wicked
cheesecake and I
good.
actually like that.
So what do
It
you
is
do?
really good.
Substitute the amount of milk?
For the eggnog, yes.
Wow.
Yep. It's really good. Send it right after you said it, trying to recall what my father would drink. Yeah, I don't drink anymore, so half a lot of that stuff I don't even remember how you make.
My dad used to get raw milk, and then we had a neighbor that made his own Kahlua, and he'd drink raw milk and Kahlua,
Ew.
warm,
Ew.
and I just, whoa. But my dad didn't
Oh,
drink very much.
Scarlett, I'm gonna hop back down. I've been staining my kitchen island, so I'm gonna
Okay.
hop back down and do my second coat.
Okay, well, if you look up the Jeremy Best guy and you can find anything on him, let me know, please.
Okay, I will.
'Cause I would
And
like to
I'll,
know if he has like any priors, like
yeah,
especially like DV or something like that.
yeah, and I'll forward it to you if I find anything.
Okay, that'll work.
Okay, well, I'll be in the chat.
Okay,
Good
thank you
luck.
for coming on.
Bye.
Hey, they, congratulations on the good news too, honey.
Yes, I didn't tell everybody because it's not my
News?
story to tell, but prayers worked for
Oh, Avery's
Jaden.
news.
Yeah, she will.
Yeah.
Shit, she done dropped down anyway. So, but either way, it's awesome news. So if Avery wants to tell it, she can.
Yeah,
It's her news.
it
Power
is.
of prayer, baby.
It
It does
worked.
work.
It for sure worked
It
this
might not
time.
work every time, but it's worth a shot.
Yeah, it. But we still need to continue praying for Jaden though, because there's some other stuff that's coming up. But the really hard stuff, the prayers helped. Okay. I forgot who it was that was asking about Casey White. I don't see anything else since like May or June where he pled guilty to the jail escape. He was sentenced to life in jail for that. Uh, Literally like the last
You got
thing that
life
I
for
see.
escape?
Yeah, well, he escaped with the lady who worked at the jail,
Oh, yeah, that's right.
and she ended up unaliving herself
Yep.
when right before they were caught. So he ended up pleading guilty to it, and he got life in prison for it. So that's literally like that. Like I said, May or June is the last thing I see on Google about it. Um, June the 8th, actually. And he just said, "I loved Vicky," and then it says Casey White sentenced to life in prison.
I got the link for
Okay.
Avery. She wants to come up and.
Yeah, she wants to come up.
Okay. You gonna
There you go,
post it?
Ave.
Okay. So that's the only thing. Like I said, I forgot who it was that was asking about it, but that was the last thing that I see on Casey White. Or yeah, Casey White. I don't know why I was thinking Casey Smith. Jamila Smith, the girl that is missing out of South Carolina. I'm gonna have to look into her case and get some notes on it. But I will try to have some notes on that for tomorrow night. Hey, JC, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Hey,
I
JC,
feel
honey.
like
Hello,
death,
hello.
but I'm good.
You're what?
I feel like death, but I'm good.
Oh no, that is
I'm
not
like,
good.
I'm like, my body is hurting. I'm sore all over.
Oh, really?
But other than, I mean, I feel good. I'm not sick or anything like that. It's just my
Oh,
body's sore.
body aching. Yeah,
Yes.
sorry I'm late. My sister and I were talking, and oh my gosh.
Hey, Richie, I hope everything's all right. Have a good night.
Richie, you have a wonderful night.
Anyway, sorry I'm late. Like I said, I was talking to my sister, but I am here now.
Okay, no problem. And that case, JC, that you were telling me about earlier, I haven't had a chance to look into it.
Jessica Easterly?
Yes, I have not had a chance to look into it, but I'm gonna have to get. I've got her name.
Yep. Kendall and Josh just did a whole documentary on her. They've been working on it for almost a year, like 9 months.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Well.
It's an hour and a half. It's an hour and 47 minutes or something like that, I think.
Okay.
She's never been found.
All right. And I'm writing it down here to look in the case.
It's an interesting one, let me tell you.
Okay. All right.
Hi,
Avery,
thank
you back?
Yeah, I just came up. I'm not going to stay up, but yeah, I just wanted to thank everybody for all of their prayers. So we did get really, really good news. Um, it was kind of scary because we were just told that chemo was canceled and that both parents needed to come in for an appointment with the oncologist. And so, months ago they took out all of my son's intestines, part of his stomach, part of his liver, and
What?
part of his colon.
Mm-hmm.
And but they were still seeing on the scans some cancer, and so he's been doing treatments. Well, his last scan showed nothing, and his blood work is, I guess his red blood cell count is normal. Now the only thing is, his platelets are still over 3, well, now they're over 3,000,000, and 400,000 is average. So now they're sending him to endocrinology because at this point, they have no idea why his platelets are like that. But he did get to ring the bell at the cancer center the other day.
Oh, that's wonderful.
That's cool.
Such awesome, awesome news.
That's just a miracle.
Do you have a video of it?
I do, and his dad's in it, and it's just not something I wanted to share because it's just
Well, yeah.
yeah
I'm
Yeah,
just glad that you
personal.
personally have a video of it.
yeah it was very emotional, and of course, like Jaden asked, does this mean that I'm never going to have to do treatments again? Well, we didn't want to tell him that because a lot of times it will come back. They're
Right.
not going to remove his port. So he does have a port in his chest, and they use that for chemo instead of killing your veins. They're going to leave it in for a while, just to be sure. But as of right now, that there's nothing showing on his scans. Red blood cells are great, and so now we just got to go to endocrinology and see what's going on with the platelets, which could be from the Cushing's disease. And now they can start treating that too. So
Yeah.
been on top of the
So,
world.
will he have to go back like once a year, once every 6 months or something like that to get scans done just to keep?
Yeah, though, so I think since they scan him pretty often anyhow because of the Cushing's disease to look for tumors on his
Uh,
pituitary gland, which those are always benign.
right.
I'm pretty sure they'll probably end up just scanning his whole body
Okay.
is
Yeah.
what I'm thinking. But
That's good. Just
now this is what's so awesome, you guys, because they said once he turned 13, they could start treating the Cushing's disease. And of course, that was kind of like put to a halt because of all the other medical problems. If they can start treating the Cushing's disease and get
mhm,
this weight off of him, because
mhm.
he's obese, like to the point of, where his heart can't handle the weight. And it's breaking and fracturing all his growth plates in his body. If they can treat him and get that off of him, there's a possibility he could play sports. There's a possibility he could run.
Wow.
There's a possibility he could jump up high, like all things
Yeah.
that
Mhm.
normal kids can do that he can't do. So I have been just on top of the moon, just over the moon.
Yeah.
Oh
All,
yeah, I'm sure, man.
yeah. And I think it's from all the prayers. I really do.
Is
Oh,
he
for
Yeah.
sure.
so? I mean, I guess I don't know too much about the situation. I mean, I just know what you've said, but I kind of missed the beginning of it, I guess. But
Yeah.
um,
Well,
is that why he was falling all like? Is that why he was falling all the time and stuff? Is because
exhaustion from the chemo.
okay.
Mhm. Yeah, he was just collapsing. He would get exhausted from the chemo and just collapse. Yeah.
And did they say that that was what a possibility of happening?
Yeah, they said it was normal because we took him to the hospital, for it when he fell, and it was just exhaustion. Him
Wow.
trying to do things when his body is so weak.
Oh. And
Right.
he probably doesn't like. He probably just wants to do what he wants to do.
Yeah.
But
But
he can't. Like, yeah, he's not supposed to overdo it.
his whole life has been a fight. I shared a news article. I don't know if you've seen it, Scarlett, in Discord, where he was on the news back when he was 8 years old. It was a big, huge story because he was like one of the first kids around here diagnosed with childhood intestinal failure. And that's kind of what it started out as. And then it just progressed into all these other different things.
Oh, I
And
must have missed that. I didn't see it.
Yeah. I deleted it because I was fat and had a ugly Karen haircut.
Was it a video?
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
a
I saw
video.
it.
It was
Shit, I
in
missed
But
Discord.
it.
however, you were not fat.
I was fat, but I had big boobs. But I was fat, but I had a horrible Karen haircut too. But Jaden was adorable in it.
Girl, you looked adorable. Okay.
Well, I like big boobs, and I cannot lie.
Well, I missed it, so send it to me in on Discord in a
Okay.
message. That way I can watch it because
I
it
would like
must
to
have
see
been
it for educational purposes.
because
Oh my god.
I completely missed it.
Hey,
I loved
Scarlett,
it. I loved it.
Yes,
I'm
Lady
gonna
B.
jump. I'm gonna jump down. I'm exhausted. So
Okay,
Oh,
well, get you
good
some
night.
rest,
you too,
and
guys, and I am so happy for you, Avery. It's just
Thank
thank the
you.
Lord. Uh,
Thank you. Yes. I
He's
believe
a
it's from
walking
all
miracle, that's for sure.
for sure,
the,
Yeah.
like
yeah,
everybody was praying hard for him.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he's
definitely.
had 16 surgeries now and he's only 13 years old. So
Poor
He
baby.
just he
16.
literally just turned 13 like a couple
Yeah.
weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
Yeah. So
Well,
anyway,
good.
I love y'all. Sleep
All
safe,
right. Have a good night.
and
Love
I'll
you.
talk to you
Good
next
love
week.
you
night.
too. Have a good night. Get you
Bye
some
bye.
rest.
Okay, I'm going back down to finish staining.
Oh Lord.
I'm always doing projects.
Alrighty.
All right.
Try
Have a good
try
night,
not
Avery.
to
Love you.
try not to make a mess with it and
Well,
Don't get
I
any glue in the.
yeah.
can't promise that.
Oh.
Oh
But
Lord.
I'll be in the chat listening to you guys.
Okay, well tell Jaden whenever I know he's probably asleep right now, but just tell him that Auntie Scarlett said that she is super happy to hear the
I
good news.
will.
We
I
all
will
are.
tell him.
We
I
all
will
Yes,
are.
tell him.
for sure.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
All right. Bye,
All right.
guys.
Good night.
Okay. So
Big
yes.
Al, how have you been?
Oh, it's been a day.
Has it? I can
I shot a gummy
imagine.
bear out my nose.
You shot a gummy bear up your nose?
No, out my nose. It went
Oh.
from my throat and out my nose.
Oh my gosh. I have
So
something to tell you too.
I'll tell you the story. It's
Okay.
I was at a coffee shop with another business owner that's local, and
Mm-hmm.
you know your spatial awareness when you walk by someone and sit down, you kind of know who's sitting behind you because you walk past them.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there were these two little old ladies sitting directly behind us when I walked
Mm-hmm.
by and sat down and I had my back to them. And apparently, at some point, the two little old ladies traded places with two like middle-aged ladies, probably in their
Okay.
30s. And I'm sitting there talking to my friend, and I'm wolfing down these badass gummy bears because they're really, really good.
Oh my
And
gosh.
I get a mouthful of gummy bears, and I'm like listening to her talk, and all of a sudden, the lady behind me goes, and then the son of a bitch came in my mouth without saying a word.
Oh my god.
And it literally went from the back of my throat straight out my nose onto the table, bounced across the table into my friend's lap.
Okay, that is
And we
hilarious.
looked at each other, and I was like, I'm thinking there's this little old lady sitting behind me.
And it
And
was a 30-year-old.
it's like this mid-30s lady that was apparently out on some whatever one of these dating app dates or
Oh
whatever. I
my
don't know, whatever.
god. Oh my god.
But I
Yeah.
when I heard it, it was just like my brain exploded. Like the emoji where the brain is blowing
Mm-hmm.
up.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
exactly what happened to me, like for real.
Were you like, did I really just hear this?
It was one of the funniest fucking things I've ever heard in
Oh,
my
I
life.
know. I know. Oh my gosh.
It was just, and she knew that I like was over there throwing up. I don't think she thought I could hear her, which I don't understand. I was like less than 2 feet away, and
We're
I
just
heard it
talking
loud
about it
and
in a
clear. There
coffee,
was no question about what she said.
coffee shop gossip. Absolutely.
So yeah, that was. I found out what it feels to have a
Gummy
large
bear.
Albanese gummy bear go all the way
Oh
from
my god.
and I've been
Well, I went
smelling
out
red
for
gummy bear all day.
dinner tonight and sat across the aisle from a couple old ladies. And you guys, I thought I was gonna have to call 911. This old lady it was at a China buffet,
Oh
and
my!
this old lady was choking and coughing and choking and coughing, and the lady across from her that I'm assuming was her friend or something wasn't doing anything. And you know how like you can just get kind of grossed out when you're in a restaurant and seeing something like that.
Hmm.
And then I tried not to like think about it. Like I don't like if she was choking, this woman next to her or that was with her was not doing much. So I'm wondering if she was just coughing. But I didn't know if she was coughing or choking, to be honest. I was like, I'm like, why is not anyone trying to call 911 right now? Like, whatever. And, but then I came back or looked over at one point and seen her like, I'm like gagging thinking about it, you guys. I'm, uh, I'm looking over at her and there's just like stuff coming out of her mouth. Like, just,
Ew.
it like, it wasn't snot, but it was like that like spit coming
Like
out from when you
foam.
not foam, no, it was like spit, but it was like it was in like a long like string of
Ew.
like liquidy. It wasn't
That's
throw up.
gross.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's disgusting.
it was like slime. It was like it looked like just saliva basically from her choking or coughing or whatever. And I'm like, oh my god. Finally, she got over it, but I couldn't even eat no more.
I saw someone choke on a grain of rice once.
Oh yeah.
1 grain of rice had this lady
Yep.
choking.
Mm-hmm. If anything goes down the wrong way and doesn't get Heimlicked or go down, anything can be bad.
Okay,
But
so
what have you guys been talking about?
well, I was looking up Adam Montgomery's case because
Oh
his
my god,
trial.
Harmony.
Yeah, because his trial is supposed to start now. Shit, where did I write it down at? Oh, wait. It's supposed to begin. Well, his jury selection starts February the 6th. And so I was trying to look up and see if there was any like other updates besides that on Google. And apparently it was supposed to start in November, but it had to be pushed back because one of his attorneys
Oh
had
my
left
god.
the case. So I was trying to find out why one of the attorneys left, but I'm not finding anything. So it
Usually they
just,
leave when they know they're going to lose.
I mean, yeah, that would make sense. I don't see how he's going to get out of this with his little girl Harmony. I really don't. I mean, she was last seen 2019. It's been said what he done to her. Tonka, the Adam Montgomery case, Harmony Montgomery's uh, sperm donor, I will say. I don't even want to call him her dad because of what he did to her. But his jury selection starts on February the 6th, when it was originally supposed to originally supposed to start in November. But
Did
that
it
could
also get pushed back to like December 18th or something? Like was supposed to start like now, but then got pushed back again?
let's see. It just says here Adam Montgomery was scheduled to go to trial in November for the alleged murder of Harmony. Let's see. So, in a message to 7 News on Thursday, the court spokesperson said jury selection is now scheduled to begin February the 6th of next year.
Wow.
Because, I mean, her
Now,
case has been going on since 2019.
2019, yeah.
Yeah.
Hasn't Summers too?
Summer will started 2021.
Okay. Those 2 years I get really mixed up because it seems like everything happened in either one or the other of those years, and then we have 2020 in
Yeah.
between. You know what I mean?
Well, see, okay, so Lori Vallows started 2019. That's when Tally and JJ went missing.
Yep.
Was later, the end part of 2019. They were found June of 2020.
But then but then because of COVID, that one got pushed back, right?
Right. Yeah.
Like many others.
Right.
Okay.
Then 2021 summers happened in June, and then not long after summers happened, uh, uh, little Michael Vaughn's case happened. You know, little monkey from Idaho. His case happened, and then Harmony's also started in 2019. Like that's the last
Is
time she was seen.
Harmony the one that was in foster care?
And no, I don't believe so.
Who's the girl that was in foster care? And then got
Oh, you're
turned back
talking
over to
about
turn
Oakley?
Oakley
Girls?
Carlson. Yes.
Yes.
She's the one that got. Didn't that happen in either one of those years too, or somewhere around there?
Oakley's. Let me see when Oakley started. But yeah, she was in foster care. They should have just left her with her foster parents
Oh,
because that family loved that little girl.
Absolutely. And also, wasn't Quentin Simon in one of those years too?
Quentin was last year.
Okay, then it was the
2022.
what were their names? The West Boys.
Yeah, they were.
Were they in 2021?
I believe they were 2021 before summer, and
Okay.
then Cash Gurnan, I believe, was 2021 before summer or right around summers. You know, he's the one from Dallas. That
I
was
don't know
taken.
that one.
Okay, so it was him and his brother. They were in a baby bed together, and it was kind of a baby bed, like a toddler bed or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody comes into the house and grabs Cash out of the bed, and his body was found not far from the house. His Libby boy, and I think the guy finally was caught and arrested. Like there's camera footage of it. They had a camera set up in the baby's room, and I want to say that one was before summers in 2021.
Who's the one where the current girlfriend was like 19 years old, and the child went missing from the mattress, and the door was left open, and she lied about a few things, saying that her brother and his friend came over that night.
Kid was missing from the mattress.
Uh,
Where did it happen at?
I don't know. There's so many of them that just cross over with me that if I heard the name, I'd know it. Girlfriend was like 19. She was freaking out on the 911 call, and he was talking in the background. Hold on one second, because I'm gonna look and find out, but it's gonna mute me when I look. But hold on.
Okay. All right. So Oakley was missing December the 6th of 2021. Hey, see you later. How are you?
You know what went missing today?
What?
The Minnesota state flag.
It went missing?
Yep, they have changed it into a pseudo Somali flag. It looks just like the flag of Somalia now, apparently.
Huh.
They just decided to change our state flag after, I guess it's been that way since the 1800s.
That's crazy to change a state flag.
Yeah. And they gave the people literally zero choice. It wasn't a voted on thing. It was just, we're going to change the flag. And they just released the design, and it looks just like the frickin' Somali flag, which is like 2% of our population now.
That's crazy.
I know. It's just I'm reading through Twitter and I'm just going, God, really? Maybe I should just click the X like on the other side and just go away from this thing for a while because some of
Yeah,
the stuff
there's
that's happening is just unbelievable.
right. There's a lot of crazy shit on Twitter. I
Oh,
will say
it's
that.
just unbelievable. I cannot believe they would change the Minnesota state flag just for no good
I've
reason.
never heard of a state changing a flag.
It doesn't make any sense.
Right. Pokey dots, thank you. I didn't. I knew that they had been sentenced, but I never heard what it was that they got.
That's prison needs to get harder. There needs to be more fear of punishment. They got to do something soon.
Yeah.
There's got to be a breaking point where we're going to turn into like one of these countries like Argentina was there for a while where it's just completely lawless.
Yep.
It feels like it's going that direction here in some cities. It really does.
It's getting crazy.
Yes, Princess Lina, it should have been a bill that should have had to have been passed, but they just decided to do it. Much like we just had a $3 billion scam get run on the taxpayers for feeding children. That it turns out all of the people that benefited from the scam were Somalis. And they fleeced us for billions of dollars and got away with it, and no one's been held accountable.
Okay.
And
I was just
crime everywhere.
February. Okay, so I was just looking up Oakley Carlson's case because JC was wanting to know what year that was. I never really followed that case. I just know that it's a baby that's missing, and I've seen videos with her and her foster parents, and those foster parents love that little girl, and she should have been left with them. But it says on here on the little summary thing, whenever you Google somebody's name or whatever, it said that Oakley Carlson, a 6-year-old girl from Oakville, Washington, went missing December the 6th of 2021, has not been seen since February of 2021.
Huh?
So for 10 months, this little girl hadn't been seen.
Well, that doesn't make any
Yeah,
sense.
her grandparents didn't see her for like a year before she went missing. Yeah.
Well, how did she go missing if nobody saw? So she went missing 10 months before the actual date then.
Yeah, because it says that her parents reported that they lost track of her between 5 and 10 days prior in late November of 2021. Go ahead.
But the grandparents came out and said they hadn't seen her in like 10 or 12 months.
How the fuck do you lose track of your child?
It's not funny. It's not funny, but I knew you were going to say that. That's
how do they lose track? How do they lose track of 45,000 of them, Scarlett?
But
we've got a problem in this country with kids missing.
Okay,
it's becoming more apparent every day.
So her dad, Andrew Carlson, filed a formal missing person report in early December of 2021, 10 months after anyone else reported seeing the girl.
Yep. True story.
That just makes zero sense.
It's bizarre.
I've never kept up with this case. Like I said, I just know that this was a baby that was missing, but I never looked into it because during this time, Summer and Gabby's was there's all these other cases, but I keep seeing this little dark-haired baby popping up on these pictures and in videos. Like I said, with her foster parents and how much they loved that little girl.
Yep.
And I just never looked into.
The foster parents had questions, and I guess they wanted Oakley to come over and play with whoever, their kid or whatever. And they kind of, yeah.
Okay, so wait. Court documents reveal that Oakley was kept in a secure cell, and cell is in quotes, beneath the staircase before she vanished. Well, if she was okay, she shouldn't have been kept in a cell. But if she was kept in a cell beneath the staircase, how the hell did they lose track of her?
I've heard and read some horror stories about some of these foster parents that are just strictly in it for the money.
But no, but
But no,
these,
these are the bio parents.
yeah, the bio parents
The
are the
bio
ones
parents
that
were the
lost her.
POSs.
The foster
The foster
parents,
parents were fighting to get her back.
yeah, they loved her. Like there's videos of her when she was a
Yeah.
baby, of the foster parents where they were playing with her, loving her, taking care of her, like
This
all
girl,
of this.
this girl was absolutely failed by the Department of Child Services or whatever the hell you call them. Absolutely failed by them, because
God.
they wanted to file for her back when they found out all this was going on, and they kept getting dismissed and dismissed and dismissed, and and then the other kids were interrogated, and one of them said something about there is no Oakley. You'll find that if you keep digging.
Oh my.
This is
There is no Oakley. Quote.
okay. Well, that's basically saying that she's deceased.
Yep.
Oh my God. Y'all.
It's bizarre.
I never knew that she hadn't been seen for 10 months before she was reported missing.
True story.
Okay, Mountain Mama said if you want to hear a horrible story, Google Angel Overstreet, Huntington, West Virginia.
See, that's all these small towns.
Seems like I've heard of Angel Overstreet though.
Every one of these small town newspapers, if you go and Google regional newspapers, every one of them has a missing child story in it. Every one of them.
A lot of them. I'd say about what 80%.
At least.
Do you remember? Has anyone, Big Al or Scarlett, have you guys heard of the Skylar Niece case?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know a lot about it, but I have heard of it.
Okay, so you know what I'm talking about. So that's like the modern version, because that just happened like within the last 20 years, right? Yeah, that was like relatively not very long ago. Did you hear about a case of a girl named Shanda back in 1992 that basically the same thing happened to?
Yeah, Skylar Niece was 1996.
Okay, that may be.
Or no, that was when she was born. Ago? I'm sorry. No, that was when she was born.
Oh yeah, she was born in 96. This Shanda girl was born in 1979, and then the things started happening in 92, and basically what happened was they burned her. No, they stabbed her, they slit her, they burned her. They turned the car back around because they seen her getting up from the fire and went and they bought a Pepsi bottle from the gas station, poured the Pepsi out, put gasoline in it, and then did away with her that way. But then when they seen her getting up, they turned the car around and went and beat her more and put more gasoline on her and lit her again.
That was Skylar Niece?
No, that was Shanda.
Okay.
Skylar Niece is just another basically modern version of that.
Okay, because I've heard that name. I just don't remember the case.
Yeah. Skylar's friends were what were her friends' name, Big Al?
Oh, I don't know. There was like 3 popular girls and her, whatever, and they went out joyriding and and it ended in a murder
in the middle of the road.
Yeah.
But
mean girl thing, I guess.
Yeah, it was a mean girl thing, absolutely. Yeah. And Kendall said that the reason that the girls gave that they did that to her is because they didn't like her.
Okay, so
they were like 15, 16. I think around that age.
So it happened. She went missing July 6th of 2012, and then she was found January 2013.
Yep, she snuck out of her bedroom to go hang out with her friends.
Oh my God!
And they, yeah. Skylar Niece.
Isn't it crazy?
And
Do you ever think about how crazy we are for digging at this
oh
moral underbelly of society that we do every day on purpose?
yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I'm starting to feel a
I
little
don't
twisted
necessarily,
that I look for this
but
shit.
Big Al, I don't really have to look that hard.
Well, no, you don't.
It's
All you gotta
awful.
do is open your eyes. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
exactly. You just
literally
have to.
everywhere.
You literally just have to look for one case, and I promise you'll
And
find 6 to 10 more.
it leads you into other cases.
Yep, absolutely. How do you think I know about all these cases?
I often wonder where I'd be right now had I not fallen down the rabbit hole in Prosser.
Oh God,
Oh my gosh.
Because I wasn't into this at all before that case. I had no
Was
idea
that-
this part of YouTube even existed.
I didn't either.
that case there.
Are you talking about the Kylie case?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
The one that will never be solved because they don't want it to be, and that's just here, choke on this, and next.
I still, you can never make me believe that she drove that car into that water.
Nope.
I
Not in a million years.
I don't believe she was breathing when she went into that water.
Nope. Not in a million years. Not a chance. There's no way that they ran a boat over where they found that car and didn't see it the first time.
Differently, you guys.
Right.
What's that?
Vapor, I don't think.
Well, everybody has different opinions, but I mean, all I know is that I could see the drone footage of the car upside down in the water when the day they found it, and that car was not there when the previous drone footage was filmed over that same spot.
I think they waited. They had the car hid. They waited till police searched the lake.
Yep.
Did not have a clue about AWP coming in.
Nope.
Once the police searched the lake, they thought they were scot-free with it, put it in there, and just said, hey, when the water goes down, they'll find it, and they'll believe that, it'll make it look like she drove off in there, and then here comes AWP.
Well, they underestimated how long it takes for the water to fall in the reservoir, too.
True.
Because when you look at, I mean, God, we got so deep into that. There were some charts that showed it dropping 5 feet a day.
Yep.
Because they use all that water is running through hydroelectric. They need more power, more water leaves. It just, I don't know. I often wonder, and I talk to friends about it, that because I tell people that I'm into this. I mean, and they're like, well, how do you sit in front of YouTube for hours at a time talking to people you don't know? Yeah. I don't find it weird.
No.
I mean, I really don't. I've made some really good friends through this.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, really good friends. People that, I'd drop easy, girl.
I almost broke my vape.
Well, that wouldn't be good.
No, I knocked it over on my plate. But yeah, I mean, I've met like I don't know how many cool people on here just talking about these cases.
Yep. There's people right now that I know through your chat and a couple other ones that I would actually go meet. That I would go hang out with.
Oh, I would love to meet you guys.
Yes. Oh, it would be a blast. I'm gonna be honest, it would be.
We would have so much fun.
We would.
That's why I think a lot of us should go to CrimeCon.
Yeah, but then I'd have to drive all the way to Nashville.
I'll come pick you up, maybe. If it's not too far.
Yes, Vapor. They control the level to a point. When they need more power, then they let more water out. But yes, you're right. They do control it, but only to a point. The same thing happens every year when you look at the year-over-year charts of the water levels. And welcome back, by the way.
Jesus, you cheat.
All we had to do was talk about Prosser, and Vapor got sucked back in.
Oh, Vapor. Where's he at?
He's in the chat.
I had to think about how you spell autopsy, and I still didn't spell autopsy right. Here we go. It's in Vegas next year? No, I think CrimeCon is in Tennessee next year, isn't it?
CrimeCon's in Nashville.
Yeah. It was said that it was going to be in Vegas.
I thought it was going to be in Vegas, but it was in Vegas. I think it was in Vegas like a couple of years ago.
I'm done with Vegas. Never again.
I've never been.
Never again.
I've never been since I've been legal.
No,
So,
I lived there back in the '90s, and I got to enjoy it when it was still cool. And the last time I went back, I was like,
oh,
ew.
my grandma was absolutely disgusted with it. She said, she said, I can't believe I went, but I have zero desire to go back.
I saw the best 2 comedy shows of my entire life there: Sam Kinison and George Carlin, both
Oh,
from the
yeah.
front row.
Nice.
And I will never forget either show, not 1 minute of either one of them.
Well, my brother and I guess she's my stepsister now. My dad and stepmom took my brother and stepsister to Vegas to the shows for Easter. Um, the year, like maybe in 20, it would have, so my dad and Melanie got together in 2010. And then I think in 2011 or 2012, they took the kids to Vegas. They went to see, they got their tattoos. Hannah got like a tattoo on her foot, and my brother got my mom's memorial on his rib cage or whatever. And but my dad didn't get anything then or whatnot. But they had a lot of fun. They went to the Jabberwockies, the dance crew. If you guys have ever watched America's Best Dance Crew with Randy Jackson, who was the bomb, uh, the Jabberwockies were the original season 1 winners, and they did a show in Vegas, and my brother and sister got to see them, and mom and dad got to see them too. And they said that they missed out on like going to a sport thing, like an ESPN thing, which my dad and brother would have loved. But they said that they got outvoted and had to go to the Jabberwocky show. And they said the Jabberwocky show is something they would go back to again. And my dad and brother are not like, you know what I mean? Like, that's just not their thing. But they said they absolutely would go back to a Jabberwockies concert.
Yeah, it jumped the shark in the '90s when it stopped being affordable to go there, and it's an extremely. I mean, parts of Vegas now are just not desirable.
But I just want to go to see any part of it. Like, I want
Yeah,
to go
it's
visit.
cool to see it one time. I
I
mean, it
know.
is.
I haven't even seen it once. So
Yeah,
that's why I want to go see the strip. My sister, on the other hand, I just got done talking to her. She's over it.
yeah.
She's absolutely over it.
It jumps the shark really fast when you realize how much it actually costs to do anything, and yeah, it just it's expensive. And it used to be when I lived there, we'd go out on a Friday night after work at 2 in the morning with $5. You had enough for a roll of nickels and a
Oh,
Heineken and a
yeah.
1 pound hot dog. And
Yeah.
you could get a Heineken and a 1 pound hot dog, and that was your dinner. And then with a roll of nickels, you could get 30 drinks.
Yeah.
You'd sit at a nickel machine and hang out with your
Yep.
friends. And when the
Yep.
server would walk by, you'd drop a nickel in and get a free drink.
Yep.
You can't do that no more.
My grandma loved the nickel machines.
Oh, I loved it when you could actually hear change.
I know.
Now
that's
it's just a
that's what I.
noisy nightmare of electronic sounds.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
I'll be
there's
right
some.
back.
Okay.
I was trying to think of Kevin Costner's casino in Deadwood the other night. It's called the Midnight Star. And some of those, like, like Deadwood is like an old, like, rustic 1800s town. And I think there are still some casinos there that you can still hear the coins.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, when they come out. I think so. Now, I don't know for sure. I haven't been there in years. But last time I was there, I think there is but also the whole town has kind of gone downhill because they've not been able to uh, keep up, kind of. It's not as, a lot of the casinos are shut down, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm pretty sure the Midnight Star is still running because I don't think people are going to let that one go. That one, and then they have the new lodge, and then they have the Franklin is another major. But like we would, like, for my brother or for my cousin's birthday, we went all down the strip of Deadwood.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Tin Lizzie's was fun. Bodega was a blast. There's all these casinos that are just so much fun. But yeah, that's the. I've been to small Vegas. I haven't been to big Vegas.
Okay, this Jessica Easterling,
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I spelled her name wrong. That's why I can't find her. Hold
Oh,
on.
yeah. Easterly.
I was spelling it Easterling. Okay, it's
Oh,
Easterly.
yeah.
Terl.
Is it Easterley or?
You have in Discord Easterly. Where's my
Oh,
pen?
I think I misspelled it.
Okay,
I think it's EY.
Ewa. Okay, I'll
Yeah.
find it now. I was spelling it wrong, and that's why I couldn't find
Yeah.
it. But I see where you said it was from New Orleans, so I wanted to see if that's okay. Here we go. So they have a website for her. Wait, I want to read. Hold on.
And then the girl that I was talking about that was taken from her mattress or whatever
Uh huh.
is Haley Cummings.
Oh, is that
Yeah.
okay? So wait, is
The
it her?
19-year-old girlfriend that was left in charge while the guy went to work.
Okay, her. I can't remember if it's her mom or if it's her sister that's always posting her pictures on Twitter.
I don't know about Twitter because I don't do Twitter, but
Yeah, I can't remember if it's.
yeah, well, she said that nobody was in the house that night and then came back and said, "Oh, by the way, my brother and cousin came over." And yeah.
Okay, yeah, I want to say her sister because they have the same last name, but it also could be her mom. That
What's the name?
hold on, I gotta get into Twitter real quick, and I
Yeah.
can find it.
Oh, Haley. And she had like a older little brother too, but he didn't go missing.
Where is? So wait, why are they not? Why is it not pulling up here?
I don't know when it happened. I just remember hearing Kendall, and maybe even Annie did the thing. Annie did some video on it too.
Elizabeth Cummings is her name that's posting it. Let's
I don't
see.
know I don't know which one that would be.
So on September the 30th of 2022, she said, Day 51, today is Andrew's birthday. Wish you were home to wish him a happy 23rd. I know he misses you. We all love and miss you like crazy, Haley, until you're home. And I see,
Has
like,
she ever been found?
I don't think so.
I'm not thinking so either. That's the most bizarre part to me is where are all these people at?
Like, they got to be somewhere.
Yep. The
Okay.
two cases that I'm going to cover from Wyoming, one of them I knew had never been, well, one of them, actually neither one of them did I know had not been found yet, but I guess neither one of them have not been found yet. And, Amy, she's been missing since the 80s. And Irene, she's been missing since a while ago.
Yeah. There's a lot of people who are missing, and like they'll get started on the case, and then you don't hear anything about it until like forever.
Mm-hmm.
How much longer are you gonna stay on? Only asking because I want to share something in a bit. Vapor, I will be here another 30 minutes, maybe. So anytime you want to come up, just let me know and I'll drop the link for you.
Oh, yes. Vapor, please.
All right. For some reason, though, on here it says 13 years later and unsolved. Ronald Cummings, the father of missing child Haley Cummings, 5 years old at the time. Is that the same one?
Yeah, I think it's been a while, girl.
Because they're spelling her name different than what is on the missing person flyer. On the missing person flyer, it's Haylee, but on this story, it's Haleigh. And this is a 5-year-old. I don't think that's not going to be her.
I think LEIGH is the correct. I think. I could be completely wrong.
But that's
But to me, when I look at what Annie did on
uh-huh.
it, I can vision the spelling of the name, and I think I can see LEIGH instead of LEE.
Okay. Because
More.
there is two different. Okay, so HAYLEE is the one that I've been seeing. How old was the girl that you're talking about when she went missing?
I think she was around 5.
Okay, so that would be the HALEIGH. Okay, so it's not the same one then that I've been seeing on Twitter.
Okay.
Vapor, I'll be here another 30 minutes or so. So if you want to come up, just let me know and I'll drop the link for you. Okay, so yeah, so apparently then there are 2 Haley Cummings that is missing, but their names are spelt wrong. So I need to write that down too. This one is 5.
I'm talking about the one that went missing from the mattress in the living room.
Okay.
Or maybe the bedroom. I don't know.
Let's see what this says. So Ronald Cummings was arrested on Christmas Day when police say he tried to grab an officer's gun. All right. So he's the father of Haley Cummings, who vanished in 2009 when she was 5 years old. The case of the missing little blonde-haired girl was on local and cable news every night. The mystery captured the nation and threw her father into the spotlight.
What's her dad's name?
Ronald.
Did he have a 19-year-old girlfriend that he married?
Let's see.
Like right after?
Okay, so yeah, this would be the one you're talking about because she disappeared from her father's home in Satsuma that he shared with his girlfriend, Misty Crossland,
yes.
who was 17 at the time.
Yeah.
Crossland was the last one to see Haley alive the night she vanished.
Yeah.
So what did she do with her?
That's the thing. If you keep on digging, you'll see that she may not have done anything with her. But if you look at her story, she first said that, she went to bed around whatever time. And then, hold on one second.
Okay. Holy hell.
We got a guy here in town that's 62 years old,
Uh-huh.
and he just married his lifelong sweetheart. Guess how old she is?
27.
18.
Oh, ow.
No judgment.
Weird about it. He assures everybody that, it's not strange.
I can't tell you what I would do to my 19-year-old daughter.
No judgment. But judgment. I mean.
Yeah. Sorry. I got to have a little judgment on that one. That's not normal.
Can you say sugar daddy?
Yeah, well, he's not really a sugar daddy type either. That's the weird part.
I know. They're not really.
And he was how old?
I think he just turned 62, I think they said.
Oh, that is like grandfather age.
She's literally just turned 18. And she's pregnant. Mm-hmm.
Oh.
That's the topic around town this week in my twisted little part of the woods.
Is that Big Al? Is that legal?
Oh yeah, she's 18. She's an adult.
Oh,
now, what was going on before she turned 18? Who knows?
Well, yeah, that's the thing is if they find out
this guy, he's a
by
creep.
him before. Yeah. But actually, is it in some states? Isn't 16 the age of consent?
The age of consent is 13 in Kentucky.
Holy moly!
13 or 14?
Oh, that is
somebody in the chat probably
that's
knows.
Nasty.
I know it's under 15.
I'll be right back, y'all.
That's too young for me.
Yeah, I know it's under 15 in Kentucky.
That's still a little.
just-
Oh no, I'm sorry. Even 16 is a little too young for me. I don't know what I don't know. The older I get, the
I
older.
heard about it and I was like, and I know this guy. He's been in before. He doesn't have any money.
Wait, you know
He
him
owns.
personally?
Oh yeah, he's been into my bar before.
Oh my Lanta.
I don't know who she is,
But you know him.
but I know him. Yeah, it's. I'm telling you,
That's bizarre.
it's
It takes all
creepy,
people. It takes all people to go
creepy and
around.
weird.
Okay, I'm back. Yeah, that is disgusting. I'm sorry. I would.
It's just disgusting.
Oh, we lost JC. I'm sorry, but a 62-year-old man dating my 18-year-old daughter.
What bothers me is the people that are like openly, like, well, it's her choice. Well, at 18, you know, I don't want to say easily impressioned, but you're easily impressioned at 18.
Yeah.
I mean, you just are, and it just, I
Let's
don't know.
just
It
say,
goes back to the whole world doing all this weird, crazy stuff.
just say this: I would catch a charge
I believe that.
for real,
I absolutely believe that.
and they wouldn't find his body
Well, there's
because
pigs
that
eat almost all of it.
any grown ass man like that's that old that gets with an 18-year-old, that's like grandchild
It's
age.
creep factor 20. It just.
Mm-mm.
I started doing that newspaper thing today when I had a bunch of phone calls today, so I was on hold for like 3 hours.
Uh-huh.
And I started looking at these little regional papers. And
Uh-huh.
I'm like, okay, so if I go to random South Dakota and just pick a random regional paper, how far in do I have to go before I start hitting the weird shit?
Not very far if you go to the Rapid City Journal.
Sweet. Well, no, I'm talking about small papers. Like county newspapers. And it equally wasn't as far, like 3-4 pages, and shit started getting weird.
Well,
So I went to California and, a couple in Washington State, and went to one in Arkansas and Alabama, and just was kind of browsing around thinking, okay, well, is shit really getting weird everywhere? And it is.
it is absolutely.
It's getting weird everywhere.
And it's
Yeah,
ironic that you mentioned South Dakota, Big Al, because look at what you have in South Dakota. I mean, pretty much the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation is in my backyard.
What's sad though is all these Native American women and kids that are going missing, and they have no idea where they're at.
Yeah,
No,
thousands, tens of thousands of kids.
no, you
Bunches.
guys. There is a rough estimate of how many missing women there are in every demographic except for Native American women, or every demographic of people except Native American women. If you guys watch the movie Wind River, you'll find that out.
Like here, the different reservations in Minnesota, they don't report a lot of their crime statistics.
They don't.
They don't want it public.
Oh, look at the Pine Ridge and look at the Wind River. I mean, the Pine Ridge, like I say, I grew up like an hour and a half from there. Okay, like I'll go through the obituaries on my hometown news, whatever the heck, and most of them, like, it's not local news, but they put it in the local news because it's so close to the local news. There's so many Native Americans on our obituary list. It's not even funny. Then I go to my dad's place in Wyoming, who lives literally, my dad's Riverton is 2 miles from the, they have two reservations. They have the, Shoshone and the, Arapaho, Indian reservations, in Wyoming, and they have the the Wind River is the name of one of them, and there's no statistics on how many people are missing from either one of those places, Pine Ridge or Wind River.
But that's sad though. Like
It's
I
awful.
mean, like they should
But if you
be.
look at if you look at any Indian reservation, that's what you're going to find. I'm sorry. There's Pine Ridge I think Pine Ridge at one point was known as the poorest Indian reservation in the United States.
I mean,
If you go up there and
they should be, though, whatever happens, like when they go missing and stuff like that, they should be reported just like anybody else.
oh, the BIA don't want that though. I don't think because they don't.
That's how it is here in Minnesota. But
Is
here
that
they'll have
what you're
casinos, so our reservations are pretty fat on money in Minnesota.
Yeah, there's
they all have casinos.
Yeah, there's casinos on both of those, on the Wind River and.
Yeah, there's one down in Marksville here.
I have, what do I got? Within,
I mean, I'm sure
100 miles, I've got 5 casinos.
Yeah, there's one down in Marksville that's on the reservation, and then there's another one. Sorry, I'm trying to write something down. There's another one down, I want to say further than that, going. Well, you have to go like down I-49 and all that to get to it, or through Alexandria down that way. Mm-hmm. And they have one down there that's like a big, huge one that's a casino and resort and all this and that. I'm trying to throw the trash away on my desk right now because I have too much sticky notes up here. So if y'all hear me wrestling paper, that's me.
You're fine.
I can't believe, y'all, how much sticky notes I have wrote on. Good Lord.
How many cases there are?
Yeah, because I just, like, if something comes up, I just grab a sticky note and then write the name
Write it down and then...
Yeah. Jeez.
I'm going to search on... I don't know if this show is on this, but if you guys want to get now, a lot of people say that, when people do movies about certain things, they don't really get the story straight, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, my sister, which I do know her, but the way she is kind of, I don't know, she's just something sometimes. But she said that in her mind, Wind River was a very well depicted documentary about what happened or what goes on. And she has experience with it because she dated a guy.
Shit, I gotta get back in
dated
chat.
one of the Native American guys up there, and kind of had, just put it this way, Riverton School is about 30% Native American, and that's the town school. So a lot of the natives come to town school. Mm-hmm. But then there's also like a lot of like reservation schools around, like small reservation schools, like in Idaho and because that's the Idaho, I think, is the actual like Wind River School, Wind River High School, and then there's Shoshone, which is a small town, 30 miles. Lander, I think Lander's another, town. I don't think it's, I don't know if Lander's on the reservation or, like on the border of it, but because I've never really been to Lander. So I don't really, but Lander's only 30 miles from Riverton one way, and then Shoshone's 30 miles another way. But between Lander and Riverton, you have Hudson. So I don't know where the reservation stops and starts and stops and starts again. I don't know.
KK, that is true. That reservation down there with that resort is literally in the middle of nowhere, but it's from what I've seen just passing it, it's very pretty. Okay, I got Devil Doll. I've got you up on the panel now, honey. And Wilby, you up here?
Welcome back,
Yeah,
Wilby.
back.
Okay.
Where's
Okay.
Victor?
He said give him 10 minutes.
Okay.
How we just systematically destroyed their culture, the Native Americans, and we tried to teach them our religion. We tried to take away their language, their way of life. Tried to teach them, and educate them like we do our children. And it's no wonder 100 years later, the poor reservations, they're not equipped to live like their forefathers lived. It's a lost lifestyle.
No, we put them there.
Exactly. And I'm saying, but this generation don't know what their forefathers did. They were shielded from it, and America tried to teach them the new way. And now they're not equipped to live there like their forefathers did. They weren't taught by them. They were taught by Americans who thought it was best if they speak English, go to church, a Christian church, and all kind of things. And somehow we give them a casino license, and everything's okay. It's all right. We made it even with them. It's ridiculous, really, what we done to them.
That is true.
You see pictures of some of those places, and I mean, you literally see trailers that single wide trailers that are just literally need to be pushed over. Half a dozen cars out in tall grass, it's pitiful.
Just random.
It's sad to see.
It's awful.
Oh, there was a reservation. I was watching, I forgot what it was. I think it was on Netflix. And there's like one of the reservations, they don't even have running water, that they have to go to this one well. That's where everybody has to go to get water.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking, like, why in the hell are people not helping them get running water to their houses?
Yeah, and
like they deserve that just like any of the rest of us do.
It's kind of a necessity that you.
Right. And they went around to like the different houses, and the elders, they would just be like burning up because it was so hot there, and it was just very sad.
What's the agency called? The is it called the EPA? Not the environmental environmental
EPA's
protection
Environmental
agency.
Protection Agency.
Yeah.
I've had a lot.
So you guys
contact
have
with them.
you guys have to listen to this, okay? The Wind River Indian Reservation was suing the city of Riverton for making pollution on their I mean, I am
have no
so
idea.
50-50 with things with reservations, because on one hand we put them there, okay? On the other hand, they were at one when I worked at Walmart in Chadron, and the Pine Ridge people would come down. They were asking for water and air conditioners or something.
They have no jobs either.
They were asking for something because they've been in a drought.
Yeah, and they've been so isolated. They're so isolated from any kind of commerce now that a lot of these places there's just no jobs.
There's no in a lot
Nothing.
of them.
And like I say, they have destroyed this generation's ability to live like their ancestors did. They don't know.
It's sad though how they get treated.
Well,
honestly.
on one hand we say, "Oh, go get a job." On the other hand, there are no jobs. So what the hell?
Or if there is, it's 60, 80 miles away. I mean, these places are isolated.
Yeah.
Well, that's why the casinos will hire them.
And the smart tribes, all of them use Harris or other people to manage the casino licenses they get, because they've never they're not in the casino business. They don't know how to maximize profits and set it up the best way. They learn, I'm sure, but Al, what percentage up there where you guys are at do you see bigger gaming companies managing the Indian?
Not in Minnesota. They all do their own. Yep, they all do their own.
That way, Harris does the Cherokee.
They do a lot. Harris does a ton.
Yeah, they do a lot, but it's probably it's a smart thing really for a lot of tribes, because
I think the ones here do their own.
Yeah.
Well, here's an example for you. Here, I've got two friends, both full whatever blood in their tribe.
Native.
They're 100% mom and dad. So
Mm-hmm.
one is out of the Minneapolis area, which is the Mwowakan Sioux, and they have the largest Indian casino in Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
Every man, woman, and child gets a weekly stipend up
Yeah.
to 25,000 a week.
25,000?
A week.
How? I mean, how
It's
are they?
Are you
determined
sure
by
for
profit,
Living though? I mean,
2,500?
just giving somebody $25,000 a week is great.
and they run amok. Is the problem?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
That's what I would.
that's
That's
the
what I
issue.
would guess.
Better
Not
than
a
But we
whole
half
lot
can't
of
take
of
their
away.
adult
But we
male
also can't take away from their
better
ability
than
to.
half of their adult male population is either
Oh,
in the prison system or has been in the prison system.
Mm-hmm.
Because you give people
Yeah,
money that aren't used to having that kind of money,
and they're
they
gonna
get
get into
bored.
crazy stuff.
Well, they get bored.
Yep.
Right.
And now the alternative to that is a small tribe outside of Duluth. They have, I don't know, maybe 100 slot machines and a couple blackjack tables, and their res is starving
Yep.
because number one, there's just not enough people in that area, and number two, there are that many casinos in Minnesota. And I'm sure I've never looked, but just a quick Google search: how many casinos
how many different tribes have casinos?
are in Minnesota?
Do you know the number of
Um,
tribes that are recognized in Minnesota by the Bureau of Indian Affairs?
there's probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17.
The Lumbee Indians in North Carolina have never been recognized. They will not recognize them. They tried, and I don't. There's a lot of debate, but they can't get it.
I think in any other case where you give someone funds, especially that kind of money, there should be training involved, and they should
How
set
to
them up for
spend it?
success instead of saying,
Audits.
"Here's a bucket of money. Good luck."
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the Native Americans got the short end of the stick in this country. Period. But here's the reality of it: conquest has been happening since the
Since the
beginning
beginning
of
of
man.
time.
Well, here's the problem though, Big Al, is yeah, we put them where they are. However, we, as in you and I, and even our grandparents, didn't even
Didn't
do
do it.
it. It has nothing to do with us anymore.
It's the same argument with slavery. We
But
didn't do it.
yep,
We didn't
we
take part
didn't
in
do
it.
it.
I don't agree with it. I never would have.
Nope.
I don't think anyone should be forced to do anything unless it's a punishment.
Yeah.
Right.
During that time, the biggest economic fortunes in the shortest periods of time were made with slavery and the cotton business. And the North hated the fact that so many really wealthy people in the South, because of slavery and the cotton business was booming.
Well, and
Scared
the
them to death. They were going
misnomer,
back up north after cotton season, just buying industry with cash.
and the misnomer is guess who got really rich off slavery? Blacks.
Blacks.
I mean, black African people
East
were
Indian
enslaving their own
Trading Company.
people
But
and
when
selling them.
but we not Wilby, but Big Al. What I heard and have learned about, and then the bad thing about slavery. I mean, obviously that it was slavery, obviously, but I think the second worst thing about slavery is that I heard that some people said, look on the bright side. Like slavery wasn't that bad. They had, food, they had clothes, like they were whatever. But also, another, I mean, I I kind of agree to disagree with that, but I don't know.
You
Anyways,
think slavery ended when they freed them? The
but
economic
it
conditions they
didn't.
put them under, they were still
It
just as bad
didn't.
off or worse off than they were before.
Yeah, I was just getting to that point,
They
but
were subjected to things, and they couldn't.
I was
They had no
Yeah, I
chance
agree, Avery.
economically.
We should probably cut this one short.
But
I
it's
was
just
just
another thing we done wrong.
getting to that is where like when they were set free, like okay, they were free. Like, huh? Okay, we're free.
mean,
What are we
that's
gonna do now?
what they
Type
were,
of thing.
but
You know what I mean?
they had
Daper, how are you?
a lot of struggle
Hi,
I'm good. How
Vapor.
are you doing?
Doing
Hello.
good. Okay, what was it you were wanting to share?
Um, well, let's see. Will was up there last night. Big Al was there. Avery, Kelly. Avery's too tired to come back up, she said. But um, I just wanted to talk a little bit about we cover a lot of these cases and stuff. But I don't get involved in many. I
Hmm.
only really got involved with Kylie and the Idaho thing, and then I listen and look around for some of these other cases and stuff. But I really don't get involved like I have those two.
Right.
Um, and last night, um, I had Kara come up just for a little bit because you know
Oh
we,
man, I miss it again. I always miss her when she comes in.
she's got a really bad cold, and we got to figure out her echo issue. But and
Uh,
I'm not really here. I don't want to talk about anything she had to say because I don't want any of that out because she said what she said last night under the veil of the fact that she knows that we're basically private when we do my lives.
right.
So unless I ask her about that, I don't want anything she said
To
to
be put out. Right.
right. But what
Yeah.
I wanted to talk about was Avery made okay, Avery's
Yeah,
Yeah,
she just popped up.
I decided to come because Vapor asked, and so yeah, I'm here.
well, I'm gonna let you explain it because I'm used to talking to her all the time. I've known her now for all so I mean but I'm gonna let you if you want to explain and I can play. I still have the video from last night. I'll just play from when Kara left just for the few minutes. So
Yeah, could you do that?
yeah, I
It got me
can.
very emotional. Very, very emotional.
Well, I think it was that for everybody, and
It wasn't just words on a news article.
no.
It was,
But the thing is I wanted Avery to kind of explain a little bit about what she was thinking while I try to find that part of the video.
Uh huh.
Because I've got it narrowed down. I just need to
Okay.
find where I don't know where I want to stop it is. I know where I can start it. I just don't know where I want to stop it.
Okay.
Um,
And this was from your live last night?
yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Were you there, JC, or were you just in chat?
I
I
was
think she was in chat.
I was in chat. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, on the panel, I think was me, Avery, Summer. I think KK slept through everything. She slept all night last night. She was exhausted. It only took her 2 weeks of not sleeping to paint the ball, the nutcracker dude. So
Did she ever get it finished?
she says it's really, really close. That was last night or the night before, so I don't know.
Okay.
So yeah, while I kind of look through the video a little bit, scan it real quick. I don't know if you want to just kind of explain what we're gonna watch, Avery.
Okay.
Because I'm basically only gonna start it from after Kara left.
Okay. So, I had asked Kara if she had seen the Banfield video where,
Wait. We're not going to talk about anything she had to say. I'm just
oh,
wanted basically everybody to
oh, no.
understand
I'm not going to
that.
say anything that she said.
Okay.
But that's kind of like what led up to everything getting so emotional for me.
Okay.
It's
Both of us, Avery.
yeah. So after she played the video and then she dropped down, it was just it's
I
like
had to mute.
it's like it's one thing to watch, this case on the news and digest it that way, but when you have one of the victims' parents right there on panel with you and you're hearing their voice and you're hearing them talk, it just makes it feel so much
Real.
more
Surreal. Yeah.
and you feel almost helpless. And then, like, for instance, when Vapor was playing the video, my mind just kept thinking, gosh, here she is, we're watching this video as news, but she's watching this video and seeing this
Right.
house on King Road and putting the boards up. She's seeing this as in a totally different way that we're seeing it. And
Mhm.
it was just like, and then it just hit me that things that we get mad about, such trivial, dumb things that we get mad about on a daily basis. And this is something just so much bigger than we can ever even begin to understand. And honestly, just having her on that panel, being able to talk to her and hear her voice, it just literally tore me up.
I
And
had to mute. Literally, I couldn't hold it back.
Wow.
it, it is just such a different feeling than just watching it or talking about the case. It's like she's right there, you know. This it's like
Right.
it was so
I can't imagine what these families are going through. I'm gonna be honest.
I don't know how they get up and go live a normal life, like get up and go to where they work and come home and
I don't
try to say
either.
hello to their neighbor, or and
yeah.
watch
Just
something on
like
TV at night after they get off work, and their mind not go just to whatever place, that bad place.
yeah.
You're thinking. It drive me nuts because I'd get in my car and I'd go do
Yeah.
something
It's
crazy. I couldn't wait to fucking hear. I'm just telling you.
I just wish I could put it into the right words to explain to you guys how it made me feel to have her right there on panel and be able to talk with her. Like
mhm.
I was explaining last night, like when I was doing true crime on my channel, I've emailed a lot of victims' families. I've messaged with a lot of victims' families, but to speak, to one like that, one on one, was just on a completely different level, and it was almost, I almost couldn't bear it, to be honest with you.
It wasn't a news
Yeah.
article with letters and dates, times, and PCAs. It was a real live human who had a daughter.
Yeah. I don't know. And I wish that I would have come in there, and I had every intention on dropping in the chat last night because I even put that in Discord. It's like, I'll still be in Discord and drop in Vapor chat. And I can't believe I went to sleep before 10 o'clock and
Yeah,
missed it because I would love to just chill and just hang out with Kara.
yeah.
And I
I could
haven't got to talk to her.
I couldn't handle it. I had to go.
I mean,
Uh,
Yeah, you've been
not
with her.
even talk about the case, just not even bring the case up unless she wanted to talk about it. Just hang out
That's
with
what
her
I would love to do.
and
Surprisingly,
just
she like.
shoot
mhm.
the
I think
shit
she
with
likes
her.
to engage in the questions. I felt like because
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I
Vapor
feel
is
like
so.
though I think though honestly, and I even told Vapor this one day when me and him was talking, I would love if Kara would just come in Discord and nobody ask her questions, not bring up the case, nothing like that, and just shoot the shit with her. Just
yeah.
hang
Treat
out
her like a normal
like we're
person.
yes, like
Treat her
we're
like a
just
normal
all
person.
like we've known each other, like just something like that, just to get her mind off of something like that. I think that
Yeah.
would probably do her a lot of good.
And surprisingly,
Scarlett,
she's emotionally. It's not my fault.
That reminds me, I've been talking to, on Messenger, I've been talking to Katie Ferguson's mom, and she does want to come on your panel.
Okay.
I've talked to
Uh,
her sister.
oh, did you? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
talked to her mom, Mona, and she's supposed to let me know when is a good night for her, and then I can tell
Okay.
you and see if it's a good night for you. And
Yeah,
but
whenever she wants to come up, just if y'all can let me know like 2 days ahead of time.
yeah,
That
definitely.
way I can, yeah. I
Okay.
would love for Kara to come in here and just hang out with us without her being bombarded with questions. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because
And it
Ask
like,
would
her what
be
she wants to talk about. What
also,
yeah,
Well, I
Scarlett.
can tell you guys. I know you were talking about maybe trying to just get her to shoot the shit, but I can tell you 100% of the time
case,
she does not take her focus off of trying to find out more.
new
right.
information, facts.
Yeah.
And I get that. I really do. Like if I was in her position, I would probably be doing the same thing.
Yeah.
You know,
I
but
mean,
just I don't know. I just feel like it might do her some good just one night. You know what I mean?
yeah, definitely. I
Just
mean,
get
But
your mind
Vapor,
off of it and just hang out and and if she wants to talk about that, that would be cool. But I don't know. I just feel like it
we
would do
don't
her
need to
some
be
good.
pressuring her to talk about it if she don't want
no,
to
no,
Right.
no, no,
at
no.
Yeah.
all.
He's
She
so
knows.
Vapor
respectful.
won't let that happen. Don't
Right.
worry.
Yeah,
Well, no,
she
I mean,
knows.
I don't want that to happen to her anyway, just
No, I don't
because
either.
I
She's
don't
so
I don't want
respectful. I'm sorry.
her
Go ahead.
to feel like she has to talk about something that she doesn't want to talk about. If she wants to, that's fine. Like, that's good or whatever. But I just feel like just hang out with her, get to know her, and you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
She's so
yeah,
respectful and considerate that the echo she hasn't figured out. That really bothers her. She feels like she's
yeah.
and we're saying, hey, it's okay. But she really
Avery,
And
cares
you know
because she
what?
wants. She thinks about what others are.
Her
Yeah.
voice, her voice sounds so much like Santa's.
Yeah,
I
Xana
can't stand
looks
hearing
so
from her.
much like her.
yeah,
Oh yeah, they do.
Like I've
mm-hmm.
seen the pictures, of Kara when
Hmm.
she was younger, and her and Xana are like twins.
Twins.
Vapor
Twins.
knows. I was talking
Yes.
to my first cousin
Avery,
today, whose son was killed
Yeah.
282 days ago, and that's the
hold
first.
on.
It destroyed her. I told Vapor she retired from AT&T, had life lit. Her son was doing good, and when it first happened, I'm close to Gable. And
Okay,
it
so
destroyed her. And I told her, I said, look, I'm in true crime channels. If you just want to come hang out, say nothing. Fine. If you don't want to come, fine. But I said, Gail, you got to, at some point, I don't know, you got to do something.
okay, Vapor, what is it that you wanted to share? Because I've got to end it here in about, I don't know, 10 minutes or so.
well, I
Uh,
mean, Avery pretty much went over it. Only thing I could add to it is what happened after she left, and Avery kind of went over most of it. And basically, it's going to be a lot of what Avery just said, except that everybody's pretty much crying.
mhm.
I mean, so I mean, yeah, I mean,
Are you going live after I end this live?
I might, and I haven't seen her. She hasn't texted me today. She usually doesn't text me till she usually texts me
About this
on my.
time.
Yes, I mean if her mind's going crazy or whatever, whenever I talk to her, most of the time it's between 11:30 and 3:30 my time, and Pacific time 11:30 at night till 3:30 in the morning is when I usually talk to
Hear
her the
from you.
most. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, her echo issue is because she's using a tablet, and
Yeah,
so basically she has to hear from the tablet and talk
Through the
tablet.
tablet. Okay.
Yeah.
She just needs a set of headphones with a mic.
Yeah.
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 Dollar General, $6. I mean,
Yeah, that would probably.
that would solve all of her problems.
Well, I mean, I don't know if you want to be involved, Scarlett, or not, but I mean, our group is going to get her. We're going to do some scrape together a little bit of money for her for Christmas. And like I said, I mean, if I play this, you'll hear it. I say everybody that has something to say about her, well, I wouldn't give her money. But you know what? Let me tell you something. She's gone over a year now with this whole damn thing hanging over her head. And if you think that she's gone this long without any money at all to get together something, if she wanted to get back in that life with all the shit going on in her life, she would have already done it. So I don't have any problem sending her money.
Right.
No.
So I mean, we're gonna, scrape together something and get her something.
We're
Okay.
going to try to
Maybe we should get her
If she
some.
wants to buy her kids something, she can do it.
Yeah. Well, maybe with some of the money we get together, we should get her some ear pods.
Nah.
Can one of the mods drop Vapor's
Vipa.
channel link, please?
Yeah. Yes,
Somehow,
Devil.
Avery,
somewhere on the computer.
Yes.
I have a question.
Okay.
I was just wondering because I told Vapor this before Kara came on to Crime Sleuthins, I think, like the first time. I don't know if you feel the same way I do. And I don't even know if I was on panel with her, but I just was like kind of awestruck that somebody like Kara,
Hmm.
that's, so close to this case, is
Hmm.
going to come talk to us. I was like kind of
Yeah.
like starstruck by her. You know what
And
I
the
mean?
Yeah.
strength she has in her
Yeah.
And,
opinion is amazing.
Yeah.
whatnot. But the more you get to talk to her, the more I think, the more you get to talk to anyone, the more you just think of them as a normal person, and,
Yeah.
Yeah.
whatever. And, like,
Right.
That's what she said
like
because
she said, she hates that, people know her from this.
yep. Yep.
She would much rather,
Just
have
Right.
that's ain't natural.
nobody
Okay.
know her.
Is there Vapor? Is there any way you can send that to me? The part that you were wanting to share,
I could present it, I guess.
because I need to end it in the live in like the next 2 to 3 minutes.
Okay, well we can do it another time if you want.
Okay. Well, I mean, we can do it tomorrow night if you want to do that.
Yeah, we can. I mean, it's
Okay.
just it. I mean, I was just
Right.
I mean, Kara was kind of listening after she got off, and she heard what everybody was saying, and they were crying and stuff. And she's like, please tell them I don't want them to feel sorry for me. I mean, I've got the text. I could go through it again, but basically, she was saying she's like, I'm just a regular person like everybody else, and it just sucks that this happened to me, but it could happen to anybody.
Hmm.
And so,
I think
yeah,
that's
I mean,
what made it feel so real is because all of a sudden she became more than just news. She became human right at that very point. And that's when it was like, wow, that it can
right.
happen to any of us.
Yeah, and if
Right.
there is, not that there's going to be much, but if there is some kind of silver lining in this case, it maybe it gave her enough strength to get away from what she was having a problem getting away from before.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, I know that I like don't, like, obviously I don't show a lot of
You're
like
echoing, I
emotion
think.
or whatever, but like I can't even, like, I'm like you, Andrea, like I can't even put into words like how I feel, you know.
Whoever's got the TV on in the background, could you mute it, please? It's really hard to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I can't figure out where it's coming from.
Yeah, I
But
mean,
also,
I saw
but
you, Big Al,
Uh,
when she she started talking and
Oh,
stuff.
I
Big
couldn't.
Al,
I just couldn't, man.
yeah,
I
yeah,
uh, I have a heart that it's a curse sometimes, and
yeah. No, I
Hmm.
understand.
I can't. I just it's a bad time. I told y'all last night. It's a bad time of year for me already, and
yeah,
to know what she's going through, at least have an idea of that feeling of loss around this time of year
Yeah,
amplifies it by 1,000.
yeah.
yeah,
And
yeah.
I can't imagine. I just can't imagine. I don't have kids. I
I'm
can't
making
imagine.
noise. I'm trying to get my mouse to fall on the ground. Sorry about
Mountain Mama.
that. I
What we're
can't see
gonna
until I
do
hit it.
is, I think what we're gonna do is
Damn it.
I'm not positive, but I think what we're gonna do is
Can you mute
send
me, Charlotte?
whatever
Charlotte.
anybody can to Summer's Cash App, and then Summer's gonna take that, and we're gonna send her what were we gonna send her? Something that
Western
she
Union.
we were gonna Western Union it to her so she could get it right then, so she doesn't have to wait for some kind of a card to get mailed or anything like that. And I'm
Right.
not sending it to her her old, or she says, she's got a friend that lets her use their Cash App, but you know what? No,
Yeah.
that
That's
guy
that's
doesn't.
not a good idea.
Can't you do
No,
Walmart's like the easiest way now, isn't it?
yeah,
Oh, I
that's what we're.
forgot about
Isn't
Walmart
that,
money.
yeah? Isn't that what you
Yeah.
were talking about? Western Union, isn't it like a
Well,
MoneyGram?
Yeah,
Yeah, well,
Walmart has
Does
money.
MoneyGram?
Yeah, they have MoneyGram. I forgot all about that.
Yeah, my friend works the service desk and he does MoneyGrams all the time.
but yeah, I mean, we'll get that figured out. But we just want to make sure that whatever we're going to send to her, we want to send to her sometime on Saturday, because I don't want it to get to her a little very last minute. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, y'all. I hate to run, but something's came up. I really need to end the live.
Well,
Okay.
if you want to
Good
wait a
night.
few minutes, I'll set up another live, and then the people can get the link. Because the reason why you guys can't get to my lives is because I do them all unlisted. Because we talk about stuff that most channels don't talk about. Okay,
Right.
we don't play by YouTube's rules. They can kiss a you know what, and so I do them unlisted, and so you'll never be able to find them. Even if you subscribe to my channel, it won't show that I'm live. So, I mean, if you want to wait a minute, Scarlett, I can get the link. So whoever wants to go over and talk with us, they can. Or, if you need to end it, that's fine.
Yeah, I really need to end it just because there's something I need to take care of real quick. But if my chat will still be rolling, so if you want to send the link to me, I'll post it in the chat because it'll roll for another 5 minutes or so.
All right. So it'll take me probably 3 minutes to set it up.
Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah, just send it to me in Discord, and then I'll drop it in the chat. Okay. And then that way they can all, if they want to go over there, they can.
Okay.
All right. Can we get it in Discord too?
Yeah. Well, we'll put it in the regular Discord also. But for the people that are in chat now that aren't part of our Discord that want to go over, they can. I mean, we usually regulate it pretty well. So.
Okay.
So yeah, anybody who wants it, once I end the live, the chat will keep going, and then once he sends the link to me, I'll just drop it in the chat for y'all. Y'all can go over and join them if y'all want to.
Okay.
All right, Scarlett. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Scarlett.
Oh, y'all are welcome. Thank you all so much for coming up. Hey,
thank you, Scarlett.
Devil Doll, you are very welcome. Thank you, honey, for coming up and joining us.
Oh no, I hope you're well, Scarlett, and I hope everybody in the panel is a good day, morning, afternoon, or whatever it is.
Thank you. Gigi, you have a wonderful night. Okay, so yeah, Vapor, just send it to me, and then I'll drop it in the chat for everybody.
Yeah, I'm almost done.
Okay. Thistle, have a good night. KK, have a good night. Taka, you have a good night as well. And y'all, don't forget to hit the thumbs up on the way out.
I think I did, but I'm going to double check. Yes, I did.
Okay. Thank you, Wilby.
All right, guys, 117. We got 90 out of 117. That's what mine says, but mine's never right with this stupid computer.
That's because you need to refresh, Wilby.
I know.
That's what mine says.
Refresh because it locked up the other night. I couldn't even mute and tell them unmute until Scarlett and them by. I had to wait till after the show when it finally I rebooted it. About 15 minutes later to go in and chat, tell them why I didn't say bye.
Mara, have a good night. Yeah.
I got the link.
Okay.
So let me just.
Yeah, you can just post it in the chat then.
Yeah, I'll just put it in there right now.
Okay. All right. So Vapor just dropped the link for his live that's coming up. If y'all want to go over there and join them, there's the link to join it.
Right,
yeah, I don't know how long we'll stay on, but we'll do a little bit just to bullshit, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was really emotional for me last night. I literally had to mute.
Well, and Scarlett, what I wanted. Go ahead. Sorry, Wilby.
I didn't feel sorry for her. In my opinion, she had more strength than we had.
Right.
Yeah, she's very strong.
Yeah.
She's really got a bad cold right now, though.
Well, hopefully she gets better soon.
Yeah. What I was going to say is, Scarlett, what I want to do is set up a time with you, me, her, and maybe a couple of other people and just go into StreamYard that, how we did it before.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so we can talk to her and maybe you can talk to her, that way you can get to know her.
Okay.
And maybe we'll do it next week because, like I said, maybe what I think we might do is get her a pair of ear pods or some headphones or something.
Tell me a very affordable brand I can get on Amazon. And you get it.
Man, I wish.
I'll buy them right now.
Right, the Black Friday sale for the $150 Apple ones were on sale for like $59.
Oh, God.
Yeah, so just let me know a time that's good for her or whatever, and then that way I won't have anything planned, and we can we'll do that like we did, like we was gonna do before.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay,
Well,
Tony,
thanks.
that's fine. Okay, well, thank y'all so much for coming up.
Well, thanks for letting me come up, and
You're
everybody
very
have a
welcome.
safe night.
Yeah, and
Y'all
everybody
do the
remember,
same.
we're getting closer and closer to Christmas. Jesus, maybe
Hang on,
Jesus'
Vapor. I
birthday.
mean, fucking Vapor.
Oh, for Tony?
Yeah, it was up there, but I'll just put it in there again. I think
Okay.
that's it.
Yeah, come over there, Tony.
Yeah, that's it. I
Tony is
just
the
clicked
voice
on
of
it.
reason on YouTube. He's telling everybody, hey, all this nonsense, we need to be working on true crime. I've heard him say it in half a
Gigi,
dozen
have a good night.
or more channels.
All right, y'all. Well, let me get out of here.
All right.
So I go take care
I'll
of my
see you over
stuff.
there, Vapor.
All right, and I'll try
All
to
right.
jump in if I have some time. I'll drop in over there for a few minutes.
All right, Scarlett.
Okay, Avery, have a good night. All right.
I'll send you the StreamYard link in Discord.
Okay, that'll work.
Okay. All right.
All right.
All right. See you guys later.
All right. Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye. All right, y'all. Thank y'all so much for coming and hanging out with us. It's been a blast. I love you all. I hope you all have a wonderful night, and I will talk to y'all later on.